All right, hello to everybody who's hanging out right now. Seru, you definitely were first. That was the fastest you've been since last week, I think. Excuse me, Jesus. So, welcome to session number 58 of our Sunday D&D game, Unlikely Heroes. We're going to obviously go ahead and dive into a quick recap, XP recap, and then, so it'll be a story recap, XP recap, and then we're going to go ahead and get at it. Hey, Seru is continuing the gift sub they got from Rose. That's so sweet. Thank you, Seru. So, yeah, so welcome. And it's been a long freaking week. It's been a long weekend. We had a lot of D&D yesterday. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to chill with y'all. And just as a quick reminder, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to chat, although I've been trying to a little bit more, but sometimes it's just not a possibility. So, anyways, have fun, hang out, and we'll get to it. Seru, I'm doing all right. I've had better days, but we're playing D&D now, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. So, guys, hold on tight, and let's just go ahead and dive straight on into it. Okay, I'm back. All right, and that's the end of the session. Thanks, guys.
All right, great. All right, sweet.
Good, Kev's good. All right. Um, recap from last week. So last week was wild. I re-listened to the session again today. I listened to it once earlier in the week, and then I listened to it again this afternoon, and I was like, Jesus Christ. It got weird real fast. So everything was going great for the most part. You guys got back to Underhill. You met with Piotr, who was your contact with the Inscriptionist Guild. He not only accepted what you told him about the gnolls, but he was able to shed a little bit of light about the fiendish creature you had encountered, and he referred to it as a Yunogu. After that discussion, you guys were given your rewards, which were quite frankly a lot. There was a lot of reward options that were laid on the table for you, including what he referred to as a javelin of lightning, which I believe was given to Doc for her noble sacrifice. Kind of sacrifice, more like a trick, but it's a sacrifice anyways. So you guys were paid handsomely, and then Piotr left, and you guys called the tavern keep over to have a conversation with him really quick. That kind of unfolded, and he explained that over the course of the next 2 weeks, Ree was scheduled to have 3 fights in the arena. One which was tonight, one which is on Monday, this upcoming Monday, and one which was the following Wednesday, the 8th of Jutet. So, after that conversation, actually, funny note on that one too, you guys actually managed to sell him the rest of the venison, the cooked venison you had, so it wouldn't go bad. And not only did you get all of the money back that you had just paid for your rooms, but he also paid you an additional 40 copper, which was pretty hardcore. Good to see the stag went to use. So, tail end of the session, Doc looked around the room and managed to catch a glimpse of a very familiar dwarven boy who'd been seen here and there, the one that she recognized as Gimbal in hiding or disguise or whatever you want to call it. So that conversation kind of unfolded through a weird series of trying to get his attention through like subtle means, and that included magic, which is not so much of a subtle means, but it worked until he gingerly kicked his feet and waved his hands and said something along the lines of "fucking halflings," to which Gray replied, and I quote, "Yeah, ha ha, fucking halflings."
Actually, I rewatched it too. It's stupid halflings. It's not as bad.
Oh, either way, Hey,
Worse, actually.
I was gonna say I would rather take fucking halflings because if someone's like fucking humans, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, these motherfuckers. But if someone's like you stupid humans, I'd be like, all right, listen, all right, it's time to.
I'm owning up to it. It's take the full brunt.
You know what? It'll be interesting watching or listening to you try and explain the nuances of it around an arrow in your throat. Just saying.
I'll just join the small gang. It's fine.
I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe this is Gray's way of trying to tell you all that he just wants to be part of the group. And you've been alienating him this entire time by not letting him into the small people's club. Okay, I digress. So you guys went through the course of this conversation, which ended in Aurora casting the message spell. He blocked it, stopped it dead in its tracks. He heard it, but he shut the spell down, and then you guys conversed for just a little bit before we ended the session. So with that being said. Session number 57, I gave you guys 500 roleplay experience because, I mean, it was just another one of those awesome freaking roleplay sessions. I also have Doc Aurora because there was some very good Doc Aurora roleplay, specifically the I don't want to call it the romantic, but we'll call it, for lack of better terminology, the flirtatious roleplay and the sincerely flirtatious roleplay, whether it's for better or worse. That was awesome. So 100 XP for that. And then it's funny, anytime that that Kevin says something is re, I don't even write down re XP because of re. I write the phrase down. So this one was Gimbo Gambo. Gimbo Gambo was another 50 XP. So 650 XP for the session for everybody. So that puts Gray at 31,256. Aurora at excuse me, at 30,244, and the remainder of the party at 33,094. Getting real close there. And so we are going to pick up today. It is day 28, and it is 11 o'clock in the morning. Just as a reminder, again, tonight is the night of the first bout. And that is that. So, now on that note, because I know that we've kind of discussed on an in and out of game point here about taking 2 weeks of downtime. So the arena or the pit fight is a 2 week downtime, kind of like we quickly pass time and go through the narrative of what happened. However, because there is a very specific entity involved in your second fight, that fight will be fully role played out. As far as the other three are concerned, there will be a series of roles, details, and narrative driven role play as far as how that pans out. But that specific thing will be a focal point once we jump into it.
Cool.
I couldn't let Butt Chin go by the wayside. Not that easy.
Right. It can't be an off-camera fight.
No, that'd be rude as fuck. Oh yeah, you definitely put him in a chokehold and punch him in the jaw. Okay. So, any questions? All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Because we picked up in the tavern, I'm going to go ahead and crank some tavern tunes right now. Get the bards to strike up a tune. There we go. So happy. All right, so it is, again, it is the 28th, Saturday, the 28th of Mugem, 11 o'clock in the morning. You guys have just not really finished the conversation, but you've hit a lull in the conversation as far as this kid is concerned. To note, he is still here in the upper right-hand corner the upper left-hand corner of the tavern. What would you like to do?
I think at some point I'm gonna need to go talk to the priestess of Garl and ask her about Shosa. See if I accidentally murdered her.
We were talking about praying too. I don't think so. I feel like if she was gone, I feel like the item would be gone.
I hope so.
This is a two.
Is this something Meepo would have any idea about as I inwardly reflect?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, so that was a 1, but I'm going to re-roll it for halfling lucky. And it was another 1, so no, 2 nat 1s in a row.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Super didn't want
so
you to know.
as you begin to inwardly reflect, that comment of stupid halflings really fucking caught you off guard, especially with how much progress you felt you'd made on the way back to Underhill from this, we'll call it a notastrophe, because that's quite frankly what it was. That was a good fucking, I liked, okay, good. Yeah.
DM gets XP for next session.
Yay. Oh,
Inspiration to the DM.
yeah, y'all don't want me to level up, I promise. So as you begin to inwardly reflect, you feel like you're like Meepo, and all that you feel is essentially like this cold caress down your neck, almost as if something's trying to comfort you from the inside, and you almost begin to cry.
Aurora is just sitting quietly. I don't think she said anything after, so she's just listening then.
We'll go talk and we'll figure it out. Maybe, if we have to resurrect her. I don't know how that works. I don't know if she's got a normal spirit or if it's like a lightning resurrect.
Just leave her in a lightning storm or something.
Right. Put her on like a metal pole in a lightning storm and
Oh, yeah.
hope for the best.
That's pretty fucking cool,
I
actually.
would probably do it if I had to guess.
Since it was my fault, I'll hold the pole.
I wonder if Jot will pop out if it, or I guess the statue breaks.
Well, I mean, that's what happened, so I mean, I guess that's good.
It could be a good sign.
I guess so.
All right,
As
well,
far as,
what?
as far as I'm aware, Jot is the reason Joseph speaks at all.
Right.
To be fair, it's
Booyah.
it's potentially the reason Josa speaks intelligently, because before the transfer happened, Josa, old Josa, was still a screaming goat. Kind of.
Still screams, but between words.
Yeah.
Right, well, you know what? I'm gonna run over to the temple, and I'm gonna see if what I can do.
I'll go with you.
And all right, and then Rita will take a glance over at the child again, Gimbal.
Okay. So you glance over and you see the little head kind of bobbing back and forth, feet kicking still. And as you begin to walk towards the door and are kind of keeping an eye, you see the head come up under this. You see the eyes pop up under this big bushy brown bowl cut and just kind of like tilt to one side. And just for a second, you swear that you can see like a greenish glint of skin as the head shakes a little bit and then looks back at you. You see that it is flesh tone still, but you could swear just for a moment there was something there that wasn't quite dwarven.
What the fuck did he get into? I gotta figure this fucker out
He
before
just
we
kinda
leave.
disappeared one day.
Like, did he literally disappear? Like poof, gone?
But he did it all the time.
He did that all the time? I never saw him do that.
Well, no, not like Ugar disappeared, but like really good at what he
Oh.
does disappear.
Oh yeah, no, he was sneaky as fuck, but.
Not like Gray disappeared, like me
Oh,
disappeared.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I've never seen him do that. I've never seen him change his body like that.
Me neither. Well, I don't know if I did or not. To be
All right,
fair.
yeah.
Oh
that's true.
yeah,
I would.
okay. I was gonna potentially offer some DM help there, but you're right. You would not have ever had a fucking clue, even if you did.
Never
Not back then.
before.
Yeah.
This is the first read. Well, I mean, the message was sent. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but if he wants us to meet with him, we'll meet with him.
Yeah, all right.
Or you'll have another note on top.
wants to fucking talk to me. He can come and talk to me anytime he wants.
He stays quiet, but there's definitely a smirk on his face as he kind of watches you now walk to the door. Head bobbing, listening to the music.
Better of an actor than I remember, too.
He was always good when I met him. As we're leaving, we'll kind of, walk out of the tavern, assuming we're going now. Yes. Okay. We'll head out of the tavern, head toward the temple, and as we're walking there, I just want to kind of take a look around and see if we're being watched at all, if there's anybody that kind of stands out.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. It does not appear to you as you glance about and see the the normal riffraff that's kind of going here and there and going about their midday activities on a Saturday. There's not a whole lot of anybody paying heed to you. I will say, oh God, Lucy. Sorry, it just zoomed in on your face so close all of a sudden. I was like, oh God.
My bad.
It scared the shit out of me for a second.
I didn't notice too, because I'm trying to sort through, like, I'm listening, but kind of semi-snorting. Yeah. It surprised me when I caught back, because I'm listening, but I was also trying to fix my camera, so it's not as bad. I managed to do it, because the fading's gone now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay, yeah. So the only thing that you do notice, again, nobody's watching you, or so it does not appear anybody's watching you. However, there is a lot more activity and excitement in the air right now. And as you kind of listen and eavesdrop on just here and there conversations as you walk towards the temple, it's definitely because tonight is the beginning of this month's competition in the Brawler's Pit. People are excited.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of, did you see the new list? Did you see the new list?
I think they're excited about you.
Think so?
I'm sure they are.
I guess I probably haven't seen a whole lot of different people in their fight club.
It also kind of depends on how big of a bully this guy was. Maybe Butchin was a big bully to everybody, and they all want to see you punch him in the asshole in his face.
Yeah, maybe.
Punch him right in the face hole.
Chances are, if one guy's a dick to one person, he's probably a dick to everybody else he knows.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Also, did I ever tell you about how I met that boy
Hey, you met the boy?
in the tavern? You know that boy.
You mean Gimbal? What? Oh, we can't say his
We
name now.
shouldn't. We probably shouldn't.
Okay.
Until we know more. Thanks.
The boy who must not be named. Okay. Well, no, I don't think so.
So he, this is like as we're walking, he got busted, stealing from an inn, and it was like, I think I caught a moment of true humor. I don't think he was acting then. He was a really good actor though, so maybe I was just fooled, but he seemed super humbled, almost lost, I guess, in that moment. That's what drew me to him. I felt it, I was in my hometown, but I felt it.
So what? You got him out of jail, or you got him?
No, the innkeeper took mercy on him, but kicked him out. I went outside and met him, and he was rude as fuck at first. And then when he realized that I wasn't out there to judge him or complain or accuse him of anything, I don't know, we kind of like bonded. Maybe I was supposed to be a goblin.
How did he look then?
Not like him. Not like that.
Right. But I mean, he was all in one piece, right? I mean, he was.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I know in some places if you get caught stealing, like limbs. So I don't know if it was that or if he was fighting something. What if you have to make a sacrifice for that spell?
What?
But I know that, Neon Kevin, that I know for Feign Death, if you have to make some kind of sacrifice.
Oh god, that's a weird question. Hang on.
Well, it's Doc.
No, that is a good question though. Hang on. Okay, so as a cleric, as somebody who can cast Feign Death, you know that you definitely do not have to sacrifice a body part in order to perform that spell. However, why don't you just go ahead and give me a religion check?
Let's see how they all know. Okay.
Or Arcana, whatever's higher, I guess.
Oh,
8.
equally as bad.
So you don't remember specifics, but as far as you're aware, outside of like blood magic, there is no spell that was ever created that requires a self-sacrifice.
Okay, good. Because I will never cast Feign Death if that's the case. So, I mean, it's possible. So, I definitely. Oh, I'm gonna feel terrible if this is true. So I was definitely unconscious at the very least. I'm not sure just how bad it was. I know I got shot a lot. But for him to pull me out of that fray, I'm wondering if that's how he lost that. I'm gonna feel truly terrible if that's the case. And also put my tinkering skills to work and make him new man.
Oh, it hasn't clicked yet.
No.
Kevin's like,
I assumed it was. He lost it from the explosion. I just didn't know.
Oh, I see. Okay.
From the explosion. Oh, from when he was with you.
Yeah.
No. The whole time I knew
When the
him.
bull blew himself up.
I mean, I definitely would have called him Stumpers or something at some point.
Yeah, I would have too.
He was fully limbed. When
It's
I
fully
knew him.
armed.
Damn it, Reed.
God damn it, take an inspiration point. That's too funny.
Oh, I hate it. You broke Doc, too.
Building up to that one moment.
Yeah.
Set you up for that one, didn't I?
Would you say that he's well armed?
In fact, I would not anymore. No. I am curious though because I don't know. We need to meet them for sure. But first, let's
Yeah.
pray and find out about Joseph and maybe pray some more and
Pray
then
harder.
pray harder. Like crisscross applesauce, poke you in the eye.
Yeah. Glitter in your eye. Get it
Oh,
right.
glitter.
Fuck, I
That's
thought
better.
you're supposed to be the cleric here.
I was, but I'm supposed to be good at this, and I'm still learning.
That's alright. I'll teach you the ways.
Well, I guess the rogue side of me would poke you in the eye. The
That's
cleric side would glitter in your eye, but the rogue side would certainly poke you in the eye.
Alright, we go to the temple.
Yes, we do.
All right. So, the two of you, you traverse the streets of Underhill, and it only takes, about 15 minutes or so to actually get there. And you find yourselves back in the familiar Temple of Garl Glittergold. You enter. And
Is that there?
it is. Yep. So inside, you enter and you begin to approach towards the front. There's a couple people here and there, kind of sitting and doing their thing. She's not providing sermon or anything like this. She's actually up there currently waving a bowl of incense with a almost obnoxiously large silver emblazoned fan out towards the people who are there, and she's kind of quietly praying. As you walk up, you immediately get hit with like a really musty version of sandalwood mixed with some sort of maybe lemongrass. It's very, very pleasant. It definitely perks your spirit up immediately.
Do you think they put any weed in there?
So So she sees you approaching. She finishes fanning the incense, and she sets the bowl down and the fan, and she says, "Oh, hello, dears. It is great to see you again. I trust all is well. I see you have your nugget still, Jorothy. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for this.
Well, what brings you to the temple of the Glitter Brights today?"
So I had a question. We got into a fight a day or two ago by now. Well, it was yesterday. Fuck, the days are all mushing together. With a bunch of gnolls out west, and the things got a little heated, and I ended up throwing my goat at a bunch of gnolls to try to cause a distraction and maybe rescue a friend. Doc over here was dying, so I threw Josa at the gnolls, and he was like, jumped down and started bashing around a couple heads, and then they stabbed her a bunch, and then she shrank back into the statue. Did I kill Josa?
Okay, well, that was quite a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Would you mind if I had a look at Josa?
Yeah, please.
So she takes it from you, and she kind of sets it on the little podium in front of her. She says, "This is interesting. Would you mind if I performed a quick incantation over her?"
No, not at all. Please.
So she grabs her own golden nugget, and she bows her head, and she begins to pray quietly under her breath. As the incantation finishes, she reaches her hand out and up to her eyes, and you see this golden light like beaming through the cracks of her fingers, and when she pulls her hand away, both of her eyes are lit up like small lanterns, and she looks down, and through each blink the light disappears and then pops back up. And as she puts her gaze over Josa, you can see a blue, a like spectral blue cocoon around the entirety of the ivory figurine. She says, "Okay, well, it's definitely still magical. I'm unfamiliar with the interworkings of this. Would you mind if I... Well, let me back that up. I don't have a whole lot of energy left for today. If you'd like, I can delve into the inner workings of the object itself. But I would like to request a donation, of course, to the Church of the Glitter Brights."
Is that okay, Doc? Do we have...
Oh, yeah.
Typically, what I'm going to do is perform an identify spell. Typically, I'd charge 60 gold pieces for an identify, but since you are both Glitter Brights, and you've done so much for Underhill, I'll drop it to 30.
Oh,
money?
Doc will give 32.
Oh,
Big
thank
spender.
you, sweetheart. She takes it. She takes the 30, and then she takes 2, and she says, "Excuse me one moment." And she walks down into the pews, and she kind of kneels down, and she whispers into this woman's ear, and she sets the 2 gold coins in her hand, and the woman just begins to sob uncontrollably as she clutches her own small silver chain with a very, very, very teeny tiny gold nugget. But she just begins to say thank you over and over and over and over in Gnomish. The priestess then turns and comes back to rejoin you. She says, "You've made somebody's... Well, quite frankly, you've probably just made somebody's year, so thank you for that. Now just give me one moment, and I'll take a look at the inner workings of our Josa here." Again, she begins an incantation. This time she appears to be scribing something in the air, and as an invisible quill moves through the air with each movement, a glyph flashes into existence. After about 12 glyphs appear, she twists her hand hard, and they all spiral into one. She reaches down with that golden light and touches Josa. The ivory goat figurine flashes with this vibrant, divine energy, and all at once, the priestess takes a deep breath in, almost as if she's been had the wind knocked out of her. Just your goat is fine.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
She says, is she, when Josa is turned into an actual goat and then hurt so badly that that normal goat form would die, there is a contingency built into the enchantment inside of the magic item itself that forces her to revert so that she can regenerate. And after the day of her death, death, quote unquote, we'll call it her unbinding. It requires a full 7 days of recovery before she can be used again. According to what I've been able to glean from my Identify spell, Josa should be good on the 2nd of Jutet at approximately 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, thank Garl. Thank you, priestess.
Oh, thank you, Jorithia. How have your prayers treated you? How has the nugget treated you? Obviously, you came back in one piece after your ordeal.
Yeah, no, I mean, Garl's been good to me. I think I actually talked to him at one point, and he's been sending me little flashes in my nugget from time to time. It was really kind of neat. Yeah.
Blessings upon you, child. That is wonderful to hear. Sometimes the connection comes like that of the tail end of a firefly, but all the while we know that the great Garl in the sky is constantly watching over us. Bless you.
Definitely was watching over us this past few days, for sure.
Well, hopefully he watches over you closely, as I hear you're going to be fighting in the pits over the next couple of weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, first fight is tonight. Be there. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing.
I don't condone violence, but I definitely do condone the Glitterbrights far and wide, and here at home, taking to something they're good in, and for the good of the other Glitterbrights, imposing themselves upon the world, for better or worse. I'm sure that with the luck of Garl by your side, you'll have no problem in your bouts.
Thank you again.
You're welcome, my children. Now please, go in peace, and may the luck of the Glitterbrights be with you forever.
Crisscross applesauce, glitter in your eye.
You get a chuckle out of her.
See, I told you, that's how it works. Yeah, seriously, come on, get with it.
All right, so you two, I'm assuming at this point you're going to head back towards the tavern.
I think we're gonna pray.
Oh, you're gonna pray for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give other players a chance, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and dive back over towards the House of the Dwarf Lord Inn. So Ree and Doc have both just gotten up. They left, leaving you two at the table. We'll say that this picks up just as they're walking out the door. Yeah, like you milked the silence just long enough in case one of them wanted to turn back and say something. And the door closes.
Riveting.
Aurora's just eating at the moment.
I think there'll definitely be some silence. Yeah, I guess Greg kind of expected a chew out from either her or Doc. But it didn't arrive. So he's actually kind of happy because he gets to do some annoying stuff and not get away with it. But he will eventually turn to Aurora and go, because he was watching her cast the spell.
Correct.
He will turn to her and go, "How did it feel? Cast arcane spell."
She's going to look at him. She's going to raise an eyebrow. She's going to take another bite of her food.
Oh, wow, cold reception. Well, guess I couldn't expect much less from a old dragonborn. What are you now, sorcerer? I don't know. Are you even a halfling anymore? I don't think halflings burst from eggs.
She just looks and watches and waits and judges.
At that point, he's just gonna roll his and go, "Wow, the egg was more talkative."
As you say that, the fork that she's gripping with her left hand literally freezes solid and cracks. The head of it falls on the table.
You're paying for it, not me.
She's gonna look at it, very briefly look at her hand, and then, just not comment on it at the moment. But she is gonna pause after he says, "You're paying for it." And she's gonna look at him, and she's going to very clearly just take stock of him.
Okay. What are you trying to glean something specific, or are you just kind of like giving him a once over? Like, yeah, you're still as frail as I remember you being.
Yeah, pretty much. It's so his comment shifted kind of like sorry. They're working together and having like good rapport had like shifted him a few notches over out of the this is a probable target that I could just, yeah. And then comment snapped that right back. So she's just kind of reevaluating and realigning where he's at in her mental inventory of things. So, if and when she does have to take him out, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and Gray, as she starts eyeballing you, at first you're just like, okay, whatever, she fucking watches everybody. But then you realize that Hawkeye you see the pupil dilating and retracting, like, furiously over and over. And it's darting around, almost independent of the other eye. And you're like, oh, I am being identified. She's remembering things, and I don't like this. Like, it's at a couple points you see like the eye like shift down towards like your throat, and then it dilates really big, and then it contracts all the way down to almost no pupil, and then it really big again, and it just kind of like bounces around a few times.
I think while she's looking around, Gray would, and as she goes for the neck, Gray would kind of stretch his head out, just to like, and then after that, immediately zoom into her face, like really uncomfortably, and go, "Should really get that checked out." At least one of us is trying to break the ice, and then he's gonna stand up. That's a joke I stole from Seru. I am not apologizing.
You don't need to. Thank you, Seru.
Yeah. And then Gray's gonna actually go do something that might actually, I guess, bear fruit. And he's gonna try it and I guess figure out whose side people are more leaning towards in the coming fight.
You mean in tonight's bout?
Yeah, tonight's fight.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll say for the remainder of this iteration of the roleplay, go ahead and give me an investigation check, and this will be you just casually speaking to people. Look, everybody in this town wants to talk to you for the most part. So it is very easy to just approach people and begin conversing. 16. So 1 second.
For flavor wise, right? I like the idea that Gray literally just I guess walks up to people and then I guess just starts a normal conversation. Kind of like instead of asking how's the weather, he just goes, "So what about those fights tonight? Who are you looking for?"
Okay, yeah, and the consensus you get over the next, we'll say, like 45 minutes or so, throughout people here in the tavern and just randoms on the in the immediate exterior of the tavern itself, or of the inn itself, is that there is a lot of hope. So people think that the winner is going to be the current standing dwarf champion, which is the one to fight tonight. However, there is a lot of hope that he is overthrown by the goblin challenger, because people are frothing at the mouth to see this goblin in action.
Okay. Well, then I have 2 more things I want to see if I can somewhat do. I want to see if I can find out which way the bets are leaning for the thing to come, because I was told there were bets. 1, and then 2, I want to see if I can figure out a bit more about this reigning champion.
Okay, so go ahead and give me another investigation check as far as the current reigning champion is concerned, and then we'll discuss the betting. Okay, so as far as, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to the pit itself, and there is a pit master who controls all of the incoming and outgoing bets, and you can see who is leaning what way. Right now, the bets are very heavily in favor of the current standing champion, the dwarf. There are a couple of bets for Ree, but not many. And when you question why, it's because nobody's ever seen Ree fight. At this point, people only know Tails, but they've seen this guy fight dozens of times and win. What you find out about this person, this individual, is that he was a blacksmith about 50 years ago. He retired from blacksmithing after his family died when a plague swept through the city. Literally, wife, 3 kids, the dog, all their livestock dead. He's the only survivor, and he just shut the business down. He didn't even sell it. He just abandoned the storefront and went into pit fighting. It was the only way he could keep his mind off of the total losses, and people say that's what drives him to constantly win.
Hey.
Just put a little tragic twist in there for you.
I'm thinking of cooking something up, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, we'll say this takes
Anyway.
over the next couple of hours.
Not the dog, man. I can't believe you brought the dog in.
I always, if you don't bring the dog in, it's not sad.
Who cares? Entire family, man, dog.
Yeah, right.
How fucking dare?
How dare?
Okay, Aurora. During this time frame, what are you doing?
Couple of things. First, I'm tucking a broken fork into my bag.
Stealing the cutlery. Excellent.
Yeah. Hey, crime's on the table today, apparently.
That's fair.
And I'm a halfling. It's not crime. Second would be the DM question of the order I placed. Where would that be, like, how long until I can pick that up? Because I know it was a couple of days, but I mixed up the game timelines.
Yep. Give me just 1 sec. That was for rations, wasn't it?
What was that?
That was for rations, wasn't it?
That was for the specialty thing for making nice with party members. I can message you.
Oh, no, never mind. Yep. I got you. Give me 1 sec. So those are going to be done on Monday, the 30th.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about things to make that? And it's like, oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. No, if that's not yet, then Gray's doing stuff. I'm gonna probably end up wandering back near the, actually, fuck it, she'll wait on that. Yeah, she's just gonna go and work out some frustrations in her brooding hay corner.
Okay, perfect. So you go to the hay corner, you kind of kick and scream and like punch the hay and, quietly. I assume you scream into the hay so nobody can hear you, right?
Now, I've got a big ass bow that I have to figure out how to actually functionally use. So it's a lot of just actually figuring out if it's possible to use that.
Okay. Give me 3 attack rolls at disadvantage. This is the longbow, right? Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. Okay. Better than the first.
Not for much. Oh my gosh.
No, that's okay. So I had a DC set in my head, and it was if you rolled lower than 5, you're gonna shoot one of the hogs that's sitting out there.
Literally the only way I
which
can do that is
that
2 nat ones.
Well, you did it once already tonight, so I just was waiting for it, honestly. So you begin to draw a crowd. Not many, but by the time you have fired probably 7 or 8 arrows into one of the big, freestanding round bales, you realize there's about a half a dozen dwarven kids behind you, and they're not laughing. They're not pointing, they're not giggling, they're not even talking shit. They're just watching you intently because they've never seen a little person use a bow that's 2.5 times their size. And they are intently watching you as you turn back around. You've managed to get it down. Essentially what you have to do is you have to put your left foot, in front of the bow itself. You have to grab onto the bowstring, rear so far back that literally your elbow touches the ground, and your other arm is extended as far as it possibly can be, and that's still not a full draw. But you figure out, like, okay, I can shoot this, but this is really a Hail Mary weapon. This is not a pinpoint accuracy weapon. But you do your 6-7 shots, you stop, you kind of like, fuck. And it's heavy, by the way. We're talking like 120-pound draw. It is not an easy draw. You go collect your arrows out of the haystack, and as you turn around, you see these 6 dwarven boys, probably 8 years old at max, just gawking at you. And they're about 50 feet away, but they're obvious.
She's not in a super social mood, so she's just gonna stop and just look at them and just kind of wait.
They kind of make an intimidation check. This is not to say that you are being overtly aggressive, so yeah.
Well, I don't imagine she's probably got her hood up if she was in her.
Yeah, we'll call this
Rooting
this is a passive intimidation check.
Oh.
Holy fuck. So you stop, you pull the arrows out, put them back in your quiver. You start to kind of like shake your head, and you're kind of talking to yourself under your breath. You turn around, you see the boys, and as you start to look up slowly at them, you catch their gaze. Your eyes kind of like go wide, like, oh shit, I'm being watched. And then you see the same reaction in their face, and that is, oh shit, we got caught. They immediately start to slap each other in the chest, and elbows and hands start flying. They turn around and just fucking scatter.
In that case, she'll look after them and then probably just go back to it. And she's just going to do that until she's found or she physically can't draw the bow anymore.
Okay, understood. So we'll say, for the sake of brevity, everybody is capable now of reconvening back at the tavern. This has been over the course of multiple hours, we'll say, especially because Lucy had 3 pretty big things to do here, and you guys were praying. So we will say it is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is getting very close now to fight time. We got about an hour left. So you finish praying. Lucy, you've just finished gathering the information about the bets after you managed to talk to a few people about who this person was, and everybody finds themselves back inside the tavern for dinner.
I liked that one that you pulled out to me. I swear, I don't know how you're coming up with these prayers.
What, the crisscross applesauce?
No,
Glitter
not
gun?
Crisscross. I mean, that one definitely impressed me too, but I'm talking more about the glitter everywhere. That one. I just, where do you come up with this stuff? Really, you're a natural. You are a natural glitter writer. I'm really, really proud of you.
It just feels right.
Glitter everywhere does not feel right, but that prayer was great.
Feels right to me. I mean, I don't know. I just nobody told me differently. So every time I did it in front of somebody who's a glitter bright, they was like, yeah. So I assumed, yeah, it must be right.
You know what? That is a really good point. It's just what comes natural. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, you are wise beyond years.
Yeah, I'm the smartest goblin I know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Smartest goblin I know, but don't tell. You know who.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely smarter than that douche. No, I'm not. Actually, he's pretty fucking smart.
He's pretty smart. I don't know about you, but I am hungry. We prayed right through lunch.
I should probably get ready for the fight.
I'm sorry, that was like the most Mormon thing you could have possibly said. I prayed right through lunch.
Just drop
No
it.
offense to anybody if they're a Mormon, but
Applesauce.
oh, sorry, I digress.
Yeah, you should prepare.
You should probably carbo load. Yeah,
I was just about to say you gotta carb up. Let's see what kind of bread we can get you.
yeah. Hook me up with all the bread.
All right, so you two enter. You two get back. You re-enter the tavern. We'll say that at this point, Gray is sitting at the table. Doc, Ree, and Aurora walk through the door because they pass Aurora, whose fingers are literally bleeding at this point. Aurora take 2 points of piercing or slashing damage as the bowstring is so aggressive and so abrasive on your hands because of the draw weight that you guys find her and her hands are stained red.
You can see it.
Oh, clear as day, and the bowstring is just streaked in red. But when you get to her, just for a note, there are, we'll say, 6 arrows in the haystack, and towards the center of the haystack, there are 3 out of the 6.
Doc is gonna, as soon as she sees the blood, she's gonna put both of her hands on her hand, on Aurora's hand.
She's very cold.
She'll cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And then as she's casting Cure Wounds, she's gonna look at the face and she's gonna say, "Why do you look like you've been tormenting children?"
Fuck, hang on. Damn it. Make laughter moisture happen.
Laughter moisture. No. That's 4 points of healing.
Well, let's not do this
Yeah,
again.
Candace.
We went through Stew Flute yesterday. I can't do another laughter moisture.
Yeah, okay, really quick. I'm so sorry to derail, but yesterday I stayed in character all morning. And it was like probably, I think it was like 12:04. Kevin mentioned Stew Flute. I lost my shit. Everything that I had preserved the whole day was gone. It was like 3 hours of stoic roleplay for nothing.
It came so organically, I couldn't deny it.
Stew flute?
I
Yeah.
don't like
Yeah.
everything given the context of that conversation.
Oh, touche, yeah. Yeah, Stew Flute. Kev, have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
Bits and pieces. I haven't watched the whole
Oh,
thing.
you need to watch it all the way through.
This episode's rough, but the rest are great.
It's so good. There's this episode where this guy named Stu, he makes stew and sells it in one of the parks, and he has like these glass like champagne flutes that he serves stew in. It's fucking ridiculous.
Stew flute. Okay.
Anyways,
Sorry, I had to share because nobody else got to experience it except Kat. So she looks at, she says, "Why do you look like you've been tormenting children?"
so here's the
So
thing.
when you reach out to like grab her, she like there's that instinctive like old Aurora like starting to pull back, and she realizes like a quarter second later it's you and stops and lets it happen. Looks hesitant about it, like she wants to say something but doesn't say something about that. And then with the tormenting children comment, I have just been here on my absolute best behavior.
You don't even need to roll for it. She's lying. She is fucking lying.
Speaking of which, is Gray okay?
Presumably.
So as far as you know, she kind of raises an eyebrow.
Presumably, unless he tripped and fell and caught his neck on an arrow or something.
Doc's gonna look over at how many arrows are in her quiver really quick.
Okay, give me a perception check real quick.
Oh, that's almost a 1.
No, she's got a full quiver. Yeah, you know what? Hang on. I take that back. Do you have a full quiver? I'm pretty sure you have a full quiver because you loaded up from the knolls, right? So there's 30 in your back.
I had before the knolls, I had three and a half quivers. I'm down to a lot less than that.
Yeah, but you had some of those those quivers not all being worn. Some of those are in the bag of holding, right?
Yes. What she would have out is, I mean, she would have what she's working with. Yes, she's got. Yeah. Probably.
Okay, so it is a full quiver from what you recall seeing earlier.
Okay. Alright, so then Doc will note the ridiculously tall longbow, the blood all over it, look back to Aurora's hands, and then give her a slightly affectionate shoulder check. Hey, you're using it.
Make an insight check for me.
I'm real good at this.
God, I hope you roll in that 20.
Oh, that was so funny. Oh, that's not
Fuck, 12's not bad. Something weird is going on between these two. In the last 24 hours, they have been way fucking friendlier than ever before. And one assassinated the other. So, are you next?
Are you guys being weird?
What? Huh? Doc will like take a step away from Aurora.
I'm pretty sure they do the exact same thing at the exact same time.
You're good. We need to get you bread. Go inside.
Okay, Brad. I'm hungry. We were walking inside and gets bread.
Doc kind of like goes in after Ree and doesn't like abandon Aurora, but definitely not like walking right next to her holding hands.
Aurora is going to very quietly say thank you after Doc's, a good ways away and probably can't hear.
We'll see about that. Doc, make a perception check. and here we go. Aurora, make a stealth check.
Roll low.
It didn't even roll, it just dropped.
It just dropped. Yeah, sometimes it do that, though. So, Doc, as you push the tavern door open, you can hear Ree, like, in the distance, like, "Oh, bread!" And you hear behind you the thank you.
Give a middle finger behind my back.
And that's when you realize, oh, fuck, I've been found out. Aurora.
You can't out sneaky. So yeah, we'll go and grab it. You said Gray was already at the table, right?
Gray is at the table. Yep, I've got the screen pulled up right now, so this is where you guys are sat. I don't care in what order you sit, but... okay, so everybody comes in. You sit. I'm sorry, I assumed. Aurora, are you following after the heal? Yeah, so you're healed back to full now, so...
She is gonna hesitate when she goes in, but then realize that she's not letting Gray push her out of her spot. So yeah, she's gonna go and sit. Summon all the half-orc swagger that she could possibly muster for this.
Ooh, okay. Make a performance check with advantage because you were one for a long time.
Most of her life, you could say.
Most of your life, yes, that's true. You were a half-orc. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, so the door swings open wide. So wide that it bounces off the wall and swings back at Aurora, who has to put her foot out instinctually to stop it from slamming her in the face. Everybody stops and looks over towards the door. And there's like kind of a lull in the music for just a moment before the band picks back up. And Aurora comes strutting in as if she was 6'6", straight towards the table, holding her shoulders out like she is some big... She's even got her bottom jaw jut out a little bit like she's still got a tusk. And then she realizes, oh, fuck me, I'm not who... Okay. And I'm assuming there's at least a moment there where she's like, uh-oh.
When she sits down,
not gonna let anyone else see. That'll be a later thing.
Fair enough. So you notice though, Aurora, all eyes are on you.
Yeah, she's not fucking backing down, or if someone makes eye contact, she's making eye contact back.
Oh shit, she doubles down. So she half orcs her
To the bit.
she half orcs her ass from the door to the table, pulls the chair out, slaps her hand on the fucking table, and boom, sits with a cute little squeak. Squeak.
Dak will raise an eyebrow and look over at Aurora, since we're kind of sitting next to each other. Alright.
At exactly that question, right? Gray, who's been trying and failing to be stoic throughout that entrance, loses it. He just starts clapping and then falls down like on the table laughing.
Gray, make just give me a charisma check. This is not for you. This is for me. Oh God,
Shit.
Jesus. Okay, so as you hit the table and start laughing, literally the entire fucking tavern that has been silent up until this point, the music bloop, kicks on, and everybody starts laughing their ass off, almost unsure of why they're doing it, and clapping at the same time. And that goes on for the remainder of this conversation.
Dak will clap too, but kind of like awkwardly watching her to see is she gonna freak out or is she okay with what's happening?
What are we laughing and clapping about?
Just do it!
He just does it also. Just what the fuck is happening?
I said just do it, but I didn't push my push to talk, so that's perfect. What's Aurora look like right now?
I will tell you in a second.
So anyways, then I started blasting.
She is those walls are going right back up, and she is looking. Or Doc knows her well enough at this point to know that she is no longer comfortable in this tavern the way she was 2 days ago.
So,
Especially not with a whole bunch of laughing dwarves.
at that, Doc will look over at Rhea and say, "Order us both food, please." And she'll stand up, walk over to where Aurora's sitting, put it, like kind of grab her around the shoulders and say, "Hey, let's go talk in the suite real quick."
She will gladly take thee out.
So I'll kind of direct her. I got my left arm around her shoulders, direct her towards the suite to get her the fuck out.
Yeah. What do you want? You want like a loaf of bread? Because I'm gonna get a loaf of bread.
works.
Okay.
All right, so luckily for you, it's Saturday, so it's beef stew and bread night.
Oh, fucking dope.
And now that I said that out loud, I want fucking beef stew and bread, so that's great. In a stew flute.
I actually gonna have beef stew tonight.
Did you? God damn it, Kevin!
Kind of. I mean, it was crock-potted beef.
Oh, no, yes, no, that's definitely, the crock pot. Oh, my heart. Lucy, do they have crock pots in Africa? Yeah. Okay. No, I mean, I don't mean that insultingly. I mean that seriously. Look, it's if your year-round average is over 100 degrees, I do not expect there to be a crock pot on the counter cooking a fucking
Right.
roast. So.
And if not, you're gonna have a hell of a feast to visit it, so.
In South Africa, we actually have I don't call it a tradition, but we have this thing where most of the family would gather together and would make food specifically in like a pot
Yeah.
over a fire, and the Afrikaans word for it is potjiekos, which is our own meat and stuff
Ooh,
just tossed in there
potjiekos.
and then stirred. And then
Oh my
everyone
God.
takes a bowl and eat it.
I am already in love with it. Okay, so you come visit the U.S. this year. Next year we come to South Africa.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe England first, and then we'll fly home with your parents and we'll visit South Africa with them.
Just show up your parents, like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Hi, family of 5 from the U.S. How are ya? Okay.
We're here for your crock pot.
Yeah, give us the poquito. All right. Anyways, Jesus, this got out of hand fast. Okay, so Aurora and Doc, they get up and they leave the table.
As they leave, Gray will, like, I guess, stop laughing for a second, sit up, wipe a tear away, and go, I swear she could replace me as a bard.
At this time, the rest of the tavern kind of dies down. They chill the fuck out, for the most part.
Just want to say the drama in this session, though, and the fucking attitudes.
The drama in this whole fucking campaign.
All of it.
Good
Oh,
God.
We've had some good ones, but right now, Rhea and Doc are the, like, calm, sane ones.
What is happening?
Weird.
It's because we don't have Joseph right now.
Well, you know what's even crazier is that you are the sane ones, and Doc has assassinated 50% of your party. So, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh.
why do you think I like her?
Touche.
Another 25%. Yes, right.
Alright, anyways, so we're gonna jump over to the conversation. So, you are whisked away very gingerly by Doc. You guys get into the room, you pop your little silver key in the door, open the handle, go inside, slam it shut. There is a single candle lit in the middle of the table, as you are very familiar with, and you find yourselves there. And within about the span of this time, as you close the door, you hear the laughter and the clapping die down out in the main room.
Left hand clap shoulder, hard on purpose. Right hand clap shoulder, hard on purpose. Breathe.
She does so more reflexively than anything.
Good. Do it again.
That time she looks like she's gonna protest, but she does it.
He's dying today. Kick the shit out of that door. And I think Gray may be intimidated by you. Does that help you breathe?
Didn't mean to hit the door that hard. Blame dragon strength for that. Gray should be intimidated, and he's not.
Oh, he is. He's just very good at acting.
Good at something.
He's good at getting shot in the throat. Am I right?
We could go for 3.
No, nope, not today at least.
I don't know, I was practicing.
Stop.
So fucked up.
He's the wrong height. We need to get him shorter.
I have a sword, we can just cut the legs off at the knees.
No, we're going the wrong direction. Okay, breathe.
She laughs a little, but breathes.
And she's gonna make eye contact and kind of like, good.
God, that's gotta be so disconcerting. Looking at Weird Dragon Eye and Hawkeye.
It does not seem to bother her.
God, Doc's weird.
Sure.
She makes and holds the eye contact.
Okay. Good now? Can we go out there and eat the shit out of some food and make fun of Gray? Cheer Rion.
I do want to see where you beat up some dwarves.
I want to see her punch this guy in the face butt.
I want to see her punch all of them in the face butt.
Yes, do.
Oh, you should see if you can put coin on Ree. I think that's a thing here.
Okay. Whose coin? Ree's coin? I'm just kidding.
I mean, could always use Gray's coin.
Gray owes us coin.
See? But it would be stupid to bet against Ree. We know
Oh,
this.
100%. Yes, no. I will definitely find out how to do that. Are you okay now?
It's always been okay.
Okay. What was my question?
You asked if I was okay.
Okay. That works. Let's go. Doc will wait and kind of allow Aurora to exit the room first, and then close the door behind.
Okay. Oh my god. Sorry, I just popped over to chat real quick and saw that fucking Rose was eating pierogies. God damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I have your chat open to the side.
I'm so mad right now. I want. If you put 30 pierogies down at me right now, I'd eat all 30 and ask for 10 more. I'm telling you right
I
now.
have to go do a thing. Cover for me, cat.
I would eat my microphone for 30 pierogi right now. Okay, anyways. I'm not high, by the way. I swear.
Not yet.
All right. Anyways. So, during this time, it was just a few minutes, probably 5-6 minutes. Is anything interesting happening out here in the room with Gray and Ree? Bread is ordered. Stew is brought out. Big bowls of beef stew. I'm talking like full chunks of carrot and potato, like quartered onions. They're not even diced onions. They quartered these fucking things and laid them in the grate. It's just magnifique.
Ree's just attacking the stew like aggressively and very sloppily. He's like, you want to eat this, Gray? It's fucking good.
Yeah, I'll dive in a second, Reed. But first, your opponent is apparently tonight is apparently the reigning champion.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What did you find out about him?
I didn't find out his name,
Oops.
but
I care about his name so
apparent-
much. Is he strong? Does he fight hard? Is he dirty? What?
apparently fighting is all he does now. He always just wants to win, really badly.
Oh. Okay.
But I think you should absolutely clobber him.
Okay. I mean. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have checked that out instead of praying all day. But hey, yeah, you know what? Cool. Thanks for checking that out.
Gray, make a perception check.
All right.
So as Ree says, maybe I should have checked that out instead of praying all day. As soon as the word praying is said, you, clear as day, see her gold nugget flash once with a golden light.
In that case, Gray will definitely say, yeah, maybe you should finish doing things first before you spend so much time praying.
Oh well, I mean, always nice to talk to my boy Garl. So all right, so damn, okay, you don't know his name, you don't know what he looks like, so I can't track him down or anything. But the fight's in an hour anyway, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying this is probably the toughest fight you'll have, since he's the reigning champion.
All right, so as you two are now continuing to just ingest every bit of this stew that you can get your greasy little palms on, you see Aurora and Doc approach.
As soon as we sit down, Doc is going to scoot her bread over toward Ree.
There's a lot of stew on this table. He didn't even bring out bowls for everybody. There is a half pot on the table and 7 loaves of bread for the 4 of you.
Oh, this man.
I take that back. There were 7 loaves of bread. There's 3 now.
I'll still scoot
sorry.
over.
One Gray's got his loaf, and he's kind of he ripped it apart, and he's kind of dipping it into the pot, along with seeing if he can get some meat and stuff, and then eating it.
Ooh, what a good detail. Lucy, go ahead and take an inspiration point.
That was a good detail.
That's a very good detail. Fuck. God damn, that makes my soul warm. I want stew.
Doc's going to, I'm assuming there's something to scoop it with, onto a plate or something?
Yeah, there's a ladle. Yeah, there's a ladle. Yeah, there's a ladle in it.
So Doc will scoop a little bit to herself.
There were forks, by the way. Were forks.
We're...
I'm just kidding. There's still forks.
I only
And spoons.
one.
I know, I'm just fucking...
So she'll scoop it, put it in her bowl, and kind of look over it at Gray and Ree and say, how do I bet that you'll win? Do you know, Ree? Who do I talk to?
Actually, I that one.
I'm not giving you my money.
I have my own money.
I know, but I don't want to bet to you. I want to bet to somebody who's going to have other people's money to give.
Yes, the arena master is the one who manages all the bets and the person I asked.
Are they here?
Well, they're the one running the arena, so I'd hope they're.
Like in a bar, I think she means.
Thank you, Ray, for translating.
So Gray, you glance around the bar really quick, and then it kind of comes to you, and you're like, "No, this fight happens in like 25 minutes. This fucking guy's not here."
Oh shit! It's in 25 minutes.
Yep. You better hurry.
Scoots the bread closer. Are you supposed to wait 30 minutes like when you swim before you fight and eat?
Probably.
Well, then I suggest you stop eating now and let's go.
Shit, there's so much bread in my belly. If I get punched in the belly, man, it's all going. It's going everywhere.
You're gonna puke right into their face, but
Oh.
Speaking
Aim
of,
for the, aim for the
you
eyes.
want fire belly?
do you fight better when you're drunk?
Probably.
We got a lot of money to spend.
Aurora's
Just gonna raise
gonna
your
go and
hand.
acquire fire belly.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Kat.
Oh, I said, even as Doc's like starting to gesture, Aurora's just gonna go and acquire them fire belly.
Oh, okay. So you get up, you walk over towards the barkeep. So Aurora just like, yeah, fuck this. Boom. She's walking over.
Make it look like she was just like scratching your back.
So you walk over towards the barkeep, or to the tavern owner, and he's there. He's pleasant as ever, and he says, "Oh, hello there to you, Mrs. I'm sorry, maybe not so much of the formalities today. What you looking for? What can I do for you? Is there not enough stew on the table? Do you need more bread?"
Gonna look back. No, they're working their way through it. Bree could use some dwarven encouragement before she fights.
Ah, wonderful. So I suppose I can get you some ale then.
Ale, fire belly, all of the above.
Oh, right. And exactly how much are you looking to acquire?
You're gonna look back and then just kind of give the look and say, "It's rate."
Fair enough. Maybe give her this. And he, from his own waistband, pulls off a small silver flask. And on the front of the flask it's just a dwarven beard tied off with a sigil of Moradin on the front. And he puts it on the counter. Maybe give her this to start. Can we call it 3 gold pieces for the flask?
She looks at it and it does an appraisal like, and then hands over 3 gold, which I am removing from my bag now.
He says, make sure she drinks it all in one shot.
Gladly. But before she goes back, we're gonna, open it and take a sniff to see if she can figure out what it is.
Oh. Ooh. These are the days that make... I was going to say, these are the days that make me miss old school 3rd edition, where I could say, make an alchemy check. So go ahead and make... Actually, you know what? You are going to make... you know what? Fuck it. Make an investigation check. You are investigating, which is still based on intelligence, on things that you have smelled.
Would this count as a dwarven knowledge favored history enemy thing? Favored enemy? If you have advantage on recall information about them.
Yeah, I swear to you, I just pulled it up and I was like, no, it says that it's to track them as well as intelligence checks. Yep. Yeah, you would get advantage. This is a dwarven brew.
I need
You're really good in Dwarven cities. You're really good in Dwarven cities. The best I can tell you is it is definitely Fire Belly.
So she's gonna.
It's pungent. It's pungent. The cinnamon singes the olfactory senses.
No, then she's gonna. Before she goes back, she's gonna make sure that the vial of Quicksilver that she has is also accessible, just in case this goes very badly.
Understood.
And then she's gonna go back, plunk down the vial in front of Bree, and say, "Drain it in one go."
The whole fucking flask?
Unless you can't.
You probably.
Oh, fuck you. Fine, give me the fucking thing.
All right.
damn it.
Oh.
You should also probably chug that on the go. Come on, you gotta go.
Oh, yeah, alright.
No. Wait,
What?
I wanna watch.
What? I mean, you watch while while we walk.
Just drink it.
Fine. She'll chug it.
All right, so she starts chugging. I mean, it only takes like 7-8 seconds to chug the whole flask, but as soon as it touches your lips, oh, it's like somebody just poured napalm into your fucking mouth. It is nasty. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
You go ahead and burn my inspiration for this one.
Okay, inspiration's being burnt. God damn.
It didn't help. It didn't matter.
Well,
But there it
yeah,
is.
no, that's a good fucking first roll. Okay, give me 1 moment, please.
And by the way, I'm pocketing that flask.
You fuck.
Yeah.
Stealing from the guy who's given you fucking
I
everything.
bought that. He explicitly said 3 gold for the flask.
Semantics.
I approve.
Shut up, you! Okay, I don't usually talk about these things until the campaign concludes, which is like the background inner workings. But this specific weird interaction was that if you managed to chug that flask and beat my DC, which by the way was 17, it would reduce the DC of your first iteration by 1d6. I just rolled that d6 because you did succeed and it was a 2. So, just so we're clear, you've just, I mean, and that is with what you're going to have to do, that was pretty fucking substantial. So, congratulations on that. So, what happens is you pound the flask, I mean, to the drop, like you're licking the little opening that the fire belly is coming out of,
Make
or the
heavy eye
fire belly
contact
mixture.
with Gray as I do that.
And yeah, you're just like this weird little like, and you flip the top of the flask down. You hand it back to Aurora. You kind of stand there for a minute. All 3 of you, not Reed, but the remainder of you, you see steam with every breath begin to billow out of Ree's nose. You see tears begin to flood from her eyes, and she begins to drool from the left-hand corner of her mouth. Probably 20 seconds or so go by as she kind of tips backwards and forwards. She shakes her head a few times, almost unconsciously doing this. And she rights herself, stands up, burps, and just fucking ricochets the burp throughout the tavern like it might as well have been an ogre. And then she turns and begins to walk in a perfectly straight line. You are inebriated, but you have so much confidence in you right now that you feel like, I don't give a fuck what this guy went through or what he's good at. I'm gonna bust his ass.
Fuck yeah. Fucking go.
Doc leans over to Aurora and says, "Is that like the fieriest fire belly, or what did you just give her?"
I have absolutely no idea, but he pulled it from his apron and said, well, when I said this is for Ree, no.
You are very new to taverns.
Why do I feel like if I
knew
try that, I'd
exactly
melt?
what I was doing.
Because you would.
And Aurora had,
Yes, Yes, you would.
Aurora, who is ignoring Gray at the moment, just gives an absolutely like shit-eating grin to Doc, and she says, "Now I knew exactly what I was doing."
Doc stops for a second. Well, I have a lot of feelings still, so it should be fine. I need to put money on that bitch.
You
Yes,
and me
please,
both.
put
Now
some
we should
for me,
probably
too.
go.
Let's go.
Aurora's gonna snap some bread and dip it in the stew on the way out the door.
You just grab a big old piece of fucking beef tail, like oxtail, and scoop it up, and you're like, all right, good. I got one carrot in the other hand.
Doc grabs the hand that has the bread in it, pulls it to her mouth, takes a bite, and then leaves.
Aurora, do you allow that?
She is too surprised to even stop.
She gives a shit-eating grin and then walks out of the tavern.
So, Gray, give me an insight check with advantage, please.
Because you wanted this.
No, don't you tell my story.
No, I'm not.
I'm nat 20. You don't need the advantage. You knew they were gonna kiss eventually, and it starts with sharing stew.
I guess as Greed goes past them, goes, "You guys can kiss later. Come on."
I would slap you on the head, but I'm afraid I'll kill you.
You can't reach his head, so lucky for you.
Richard, goodbye.
All right, so everybody the only one here who has alcohol in their system is Ree, and everybody else in a semi-drunken stupor rushes out of the House of the Dwarf Lord Inn because this bout is going to happen in the next, 20 minutes, period, end of story.
I just imagine Reed doing like the McGregor swagger the entire way.
Oh, yeah, just, pumping herself up, like, I'm gonna I got this, bitch! So, you all rush towards the Oremaster's Fortress, where the bouts are held. Give me just one moment.
I also imagine Ree forgetting where the bout actually was taking place. Just walking towards the mill or something.
Doc grabs her by the shoulders and points her in the right direction.
All right, they're going, yeah, fuck this guy.
We need money. This way. Come on.
So you guys get to the fortress, or to the Oremaster's Fortress. You go in the first set of doors. They lead you down kind of like a side step into this weird open alley that is actually open, you can actually see the sky. But ahead of you, there is a big set of double doors separated by a massive 10-foot wide stone column. On the outside, there's two pikemen who are guarding the doors, and there is a line of people. You very quickly push through the line of people because you have somebody here who is ready to fight. They direct you immediately to the betting counter where the arena master and his cronies, or lackeys, we'll call them for lack of a better term, are currently stationed and taking bets. So, Ree, you are pushed straight into the thick of the shit. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. You are... Sorry, little Einsteins. So you are pushed into the arena where they take you down into a sub chamber as you're kind of still pumping yourself up, and they explain to you along the way, okay, we're going to bring you into the arena. You're going to fight. It's going to be a knuckle only combat. This is a submission tap out situation. It is not a to the death situation. Nobody's here to die. And then they kind of prep you, and there's going to be about a 10-minute buffer between now and when your bout happens. While that is happening, Gray, Aurora, and Doc, you are given two options from the gate guard. Because you have a friend or quote-unquote family member who is inside of the bout, you can either go straight into the arena to watch, or you can go to the betting counter and then straight to the arena. You take your pick.
That
Okay, so you go to the betting counter. The betting counter, you walk up, and there is the arena master. and his lackey, who is the one actually sitting at the counter. He's kind of walking back and forth. It's this big half-orc guy. He's not even a fucking dwarf. This big half-orc guy walking back and forth. He's got this pipe in his mouth that kind of hangs down. He's drooling out of one corner. You can see one of his tusks has actually been sheared off about 2 inches down from where it should have pointed, and it's got a silver cap around the top of it. And he's walking back and forth, and he's got this big ledger, and he's just writing shit down as he's walking back and forth. The scent of tobacco kind of rolls out from the interior. While that's happening, the bookie looks down to, and he says, it's a dwarven man, short blonde bowl cut with this kind of goofy looking twirly mustache. He also has a pipe in his mouth, but it's much smaller, almost like a corncob pipe, and he's kind of puffing away. He's like, all right. So I see you got family and friends here. What are you looking to bet? 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 7 to 1, 8 to 1, 4 to 3, 7 to 2, 1 to 5. What are you looking at?
Doc slowly turns and looks at Gray.
David, can I get a translation? I don't actually know how betting works.
Oh.
You said who are you looking to?
You.
Oh, to me? Make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
You have no idea what this fucking guy just said. He just started saying things to you. No, but you just asked him.
Yeah.
You have no fucking
I
idea.
was gonna ask if I could. If I know how the dwarves like to do their betting.
Okay, but no advantage.
You know what? Still better than I thought I was gonna get.
We know how this works.
You know dwarven lingo. You don't really know their betting structure. Now you know how much they're worth if you capture them.
Rolled well
Okay,
enough to one up Gray, and that's what matters.
that's
I'll take it.
that's all that matters at this point. Okay, so you hear him. So essentially, what it comes down to is that there are 3 betting options right now. This guy spit out a bunch of bullshit at you, but as he kind of refocuses himself, you have 3 options. You can either bet a 2 to 1 odd, which means that you bet a certain amount up to a maximum of 1,000 gold pieces. If your bet is correct, you either gain. So it's a 1, 2, or 3 bet. Okay, so you either bet up to 1,000 gold pieces and gain 2 back times 2 back, up to 5 and gain 3 back, or up to 10. No, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. So 2 to 1. Yeah, no, I'm right. So it's either 2 to 1, which is you bet up to 1,000 and then get the 2 to 1 back if you're correct, or you lose everything. The 3 to 1, or the 3 to 2, I guess, would be that you bid up to 5,000. So it's either 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000. Okay, 1, 5, 10. And the odds are 2, 3, 5. So what that means is if you bid 1,000 as the max and you win, you get 2,000 back. If you go to the 5 bracket, you bid up to 5,000, but you get 3 times that back, which would be 15. And if you go up to the 10 and bid 10,000, you get 5 times that back. And if he wins, you get 50,000 gold.
Aurora's going to...
And just so we're clear, that's an up to. So 1 gold to 1,000 is bracket 1. 5,000 to 9,999 would be bracket 2, and then 10,000 is the 3rd bracket. Up to whatever the fuck you want to bid.
Okay, so Aurora's gonna listen to him for a second, and then she's going to just kind of sigh, turn to them, and say, "We're betting on Ray. Ray's going to win. How much do you want to put in?"
10 plat.
10 plat. Oh, okay.
Okay, 10 plat. Okay.
10 plat, not 10,000 plat.
No, I know. I just shit my pants a little bit. I was like, oh god, if she rolls bad, we are so fucked.
I mean, there's still a terrible risk, but...
Gray.
I'll put in 50 gold.
No. So then she's gonna hold out her, like, she's gonna say, "Get it out," and then she's going to turn back to the dwarf and say, we're going to do the in dwarven. She's going to say 3-2 odds on the goblin in favor of the goblin, and we are going to do 15 plat and 50 gold.
So it's 1,050 gold.
No fucking pressure, guys.
Well, no, I'm putting in 5 plat of my own.
Oh, like not from my.
No, I'm putting
Okay,
in
okay.
5 plat of my own.
Okay, so but so I am clear as the DM. There is 1,050 gold on the table, correct? Okay, you guys decide how that's divvied up, or
Actually, it would be no, it would be
No.
100. It would be
15,
200.
50.
Yeah, no, so 10 plat is 100 gold.
tell me how many. Okay, hold on. Tell me how much plat you guys are putting in.
That's 15 plat and 50 gold.
And 15 or 50.
50.
50.
Right, Lucy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So 10 plat from Doc. So there's 15. So there's 1,550. Thank you.
Yep.
Can I up mine to 75? I just realized that a bit more than I thought.
Sure. So it's going to be 1,575. So just so we're clear, that puts you in bracket 1, which is 1,575, which means if you win, you double your earnings. Okay, we're all clear on that, right? Okay.
I'm gonna look around. Is there someone selling drinks?
Okay, we're not there yet. Hold on. So everybody currently remove your Doc, remove 10 plat, Aurora remove 5 plat, and Gray remove
Done.
75 gold. Okay, so you put it down. The lackey at the counter, he snaps a piece of parchment. He writes a few numbers down. He hands it to you. Each one of you are given individual numbers based on what you have just bet, but it is a collective ticket. Okay, so it's a ticket split into 3 pieces, just so we're all clear. Okay, drinks. Yes, so you are led into the actual arena. Okay, and I will show you. Yay! Welcome to the arena, my friends.
That's a lot of blood.
It's a lot of blood. I mean, people still get their faces beat in here, right?
Maybe it was just head wounds. It's fine.
Okay, so you're led into the actual arena. Now, just so you know, because we have started this portion of the quote-unquote 2 weeks downtime, this fight will not be an initiative order combat, and we're going to jump around just a little bit, but we'll do this fight first, okay? This iteration first, I should say. So, Doc, you find there are drink vendors, there are nut vendors. As you guys walk in, I mean, obviously what you see is what you get as far as my campaigns are concerned. So there is a not really a massive, it's actually a pretty small arena. But it's terrifying. It is all stonework. There's lots of guards. It's very professionally put together. Like they got their shit going on. You go up, you find yourselves in the stands, and they lead you to where you need to be. But you then see Ree brought in this weird cage, kind of lifted up out of the ground on a lift. She's told to go stand against the spike wall that is literally standing back here. She does so, and the other guy, the opposing, the current champion, the dwarf, is told to go stand over here. And they're kind of there, left to their devices to size each other up. So, while that's happening, though, this is very medieval times in nature, and there are nut vendors, there are dried fruit vendors, dried jerky vendors, and lots of alcohol. So, Doc, what kind of liquor are you trying to get? You trying to get that liquor that makes you sicker?
A liquor that makes you sicker, but also I want to get jerky for Ree when she's done fighting.
Okay. I mean, what quality? What are we looking at here? There's exotic meats from, there are regular meats from like venison and cattle, like cow or pig, all the way up to like weird shit like elk, and there's one guy who's hawking wyvern jerky.
Oh, wyvern jerky for Ree for sure. How much is that?
He'll sell it to you for 5 silver per stick,
Okay, so I will buy.
but he's only got 6 sticks.
Then I'll buy half of what he's got.
All right, so 15 silver, and you've got 3 sticks of wyvern jerky.
then I will buy like a mead for Aurora, for myself, and then she'll look over at Gray like if he's interested.
So she calls the mead guy over. She grabs 2 horns of mead. They are not served in cups or goblets. It is a fucking drinking horn.
Laura's gonna do the not subtle cough, water cough, when she looks over at Gray.
He's gonna ignore her, and I guess how much is it for the meat? He'll pay for himself.
Okay, fair enough.
He knows Doc keeps tabs.
So the mead is 5 copper a horn. So Candace, go ahead and take away either 10 copper or 1 silver.
I'm still getting 3.
Okay, so take away 15 or 1.5. And Gray,
5 copper. Yep.
5 copper. Okay. So everybody begins to drink and snack. Oh, wait, no, Candace, you're not snacking. Never mind. You begin to drink. Everybody begins to drink. So,
The third mead is also free.
okay. Oh, I understand. Wow, man, wyvern jerky. You, fuck. I would get. Even if I get. I was gonna say, even if I got my face kicked the fuck in by this guy, if I knew I had wyvern jerky and mead to look forward to, it was totally worth it.
I mean, to be fair, she's gonna go into the fray. So
That's true.
I also bought that for you, but that's okay.
Okay, so give me one moment. I need to pull up a chart for this bout.
He's like dancing and stretching and punching the air and all that stuff. Trying to look big, bad, and tough.
Everybody loves Kung Fu fight.
Hey, I showed you earlier how to act like a half-orc when you're small.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yep.
Yep. Great job. Yep.
That was obviously what that was for. Like, there is no other reason.
I sent you a DM just
Drunk enough
for
to
silliness.
crush.
Give me one sec.
No problem.
Enough fire belly in my belly to burn this motherfucker down.
Okay. All right. So, sorry, Candace just gave me a laugh. Okay, so, what I need from you is the following. I need an athletics check.
Could this be after I'm raging? Because she would definitely go into a rage if she were to jump into a fight like this.
I'll allow it.
Alright, so an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, he rages too.
That's better.
Okay. Now I need an acrobatics check.
Okay. That I do not get an advantage. But it's still good. Well,
Okay.
Actually, no, that looks like it's sitting on 15. I got robbed.
It was cocked. Reroll.
And now give me an insight check. Oh, fuck!
Hope that wasn't important.
Okay, so during the course of this fight, so Ree is out on the field doing stretches, pumping herself up, kind of getting, in and out, up and down, left and right, push-ups, fucking, ready to roll. The Warlord actually comes out and introduces, Jolrathi the Magnificent, the champion of Underhill, who saved the iron mines of Underhill from the Jvart threat, and friend to ogres, right? As the newest of contenders against the reigning champion. The reigning champion throws his arms up and the crowd goes fucking wild for him. This guy, as you look over at him, appears to be, in dwarven years, at least 115. Which dwarves, they live a few hundred years. This guy he's pretty old. And he's haggard. And he is, from top to bottom, covered in scars. He has no armor, as you also are requested to leave your armor behind, your weapons behind. This is all fisticuffs. The gong is struck, and you both rush at each other. You dive in at this guy, and as you do so, he goes to dodge underneath by, laying down, and you see the feint, and you grab him around the neck with your arm, and you punch him 3 times in the jaw. He spits a tooth out, as well as a mouthful of blood. He begins to breathe heavily, and as you feel his pulse, as you get him in a chokehold and begin to rear back, he begins to reach towards your leg, and you're like, oh, this bitch is gonna tap. He's gonna tap, because you knew you had to tap if this was gonna be a thing. As that happens, he kicks back suddenly, and as he does so, he catches you off guard, because you assumed he was a feeble old man, and your head bounces off the ground, sending you into a little bit of a daze. As that happens, as that brief second of daze happens, he twists around, wraps his legs around your waist, and he begins to squeeze as hard as he can, just above your hip bones, and you begin to feel your insides twist and torment. You feel the beef stew that you've just ingested climb up into your upper GI, and everything... Exactly. And everything else goes down. Now, my assumption is at this point, Ree begins to spittle, or spit up, into this dude's face and onto his chest. As that's happening, he kind of starts to, swat away. He begins to look disgusted. People are screaming and shouting for him over you. He clocks you across the top of the head with an elbow, and you hear him also scream out with the elbow. You look down and realize my man just shattered his own arm. His elbow, you see a fragment of bone as it clipped the top of your fucking skull shatter out of his skin. He lets go of the top of your body, but his legs remain locked. He looks down at his elbow, he licks the wound, and with the same arm slaps you as hard as he can across the face with the broken arm. Your head bounces off the ground once. You look back up. Now the fire belly is starting to catch up to you. And you're starting to go, oh man, I don't know how much more of this I can take. As the squeezing with the legs continues, you kind of begin to breathe deeply and go, okay, I don't need my bottom half, I just need my top half. And you reach up and you grab him around the neck with both hands. And in your fit of rage, squeeze as hard as you possibly can. You see the veins above where your hands currently are start to turn purple, and that's when you know he's in the throes of oxygen deprivation. Now, you might not know that to a scientific point, but you know he's about to fucking go down. And that's when he pulls back, and you see his old man turkey neck slip up and under your hand, and he bites your fucking hand as hard as he can. As you begin to yelp with the hand in his mouth, he lets go and he headbutts you as hard as he can. You are already turning out of the way as your own stew puke is dripping on your face. You instinctually go to look out of the way, and he clips you in the temple with a full force headbutt. And you lose consciousness. The world poof, goes black around you. Everybody watches this. The whole bout was only about 2 minutes long. And this old dwarven man with a I mean, I'm not being coy here. His arm is not just broken, it is fucking shattered. And he puts his good hand up and his bad hand out, which hangs like the sleeve of a wizard, as the bones kind of stick and protrude out of it. The Ore Master comes out and throws his hands up and announces the reigning champion of Bout 1 in Underhill still retains his title, and he will continue forth once, of course, the clerics of Moradin repair his broken body. And that is when
Sorry, I was just gonna say Zach is just about to jump over when she sees Ree go down. Remembers that she's not supposed to, but meat and jerky in hand, she has to restrain herself because she wants to jump in and save Ree.
And as you feel like you need to jump in and save Ree, the guards, there is already crossbows trained and pikes and spears and shields and axes all around you. You know better. You can't just do that when there is a legal bout of fighting happening below you. But the sentiment is noted, at least in those around you. And Aurora and Gray, you do notice that she is chomping at the bit to get the fuck over this ledge.
I was gonna say that Aurora was gonna reach a hand out to stop Doc / provide a little bit of comfort there.
You can feel her whole body shaking. Like she is. It's really a fucking struggle not to jump over this and jump down there and heal Ree right now. It's clearly a physical struggle against herself.
Don't get dirt in the wyvern. Don't get dirt in the wyvern. It'll be fine.
I think Gray is like Lucy right now, where he's just dumbfounded. He thought Ree was gonna win, like 100%, and she lost, and now he's like, what? He doesn't know what to think.
Yeah, and Gray, give me an insight check.
I'm sorry for interrupting, by the way, Xavier, but I wanted to throw that in there.
No, please, interrupt away. Okay, so as you were watching the fight, because you're not really privy to pit fighting, this is not something that Gray is just used to, right? But as you were watching it, you did notice a few things. In the first round of the bout, we'll call it round of the bout, it was just strength against strength. And Ree fucking had this guy. But there's more to pit fighting than just raw, brute, infuriated strength. And that's when the acrobatics came in. This guy managed to flip Ree over through pure, unadulterated dexterity and get her in a grip that she could not break out of moving forward from that. And then after that, it was a matter of them locked in each other's grip. That was them watching each other for weaknesses. And you knew damn well that as soon as he started eyeing Ree up and watching for opportunity, which was the hand, the hand to the throat, which was the bite, and then the inevitable slam to the temple, it was all about insight. It was all about watching your enemy. This was not just a fight. If this was a fight to the death, this old man would have been done 2 rounds earlier than what it was. But because this had so much to do with strength, which Ree definitely overcame him with, but also a raw natural dexterity and flexibility, as well as just intelligence, she didn't have that over him, and she lost because of it. You kind of, maybe you don't come to peace with it, but you definitely come to terms with the fact that you were incorrect about what this was as a whole.
Yeah, Gray is definitely just sitting there kind of slack-jawed. Trying to, yeah, exactly thinking of like how she lost. And then goes, wow, pit fighting is something else.
Okay, on that note.
Fuck, I lost my money.
Yeah, you guys just lost a lot of money. That's 1,575 gold. To be
Put a lot of money down.
To be fair, there are still 2 more bouts, and the second bout we all are aware that it's gonna be an actual thing. So
Going 10 every time.
I can't afford to put another 75.
no, he's only been skimming off the top. He's not a fucking thief. He's just you know.
Great, so.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point actually. Okay,
I
so
don't steal. It's not my thing.
that's true. You skim. I skim. I don't steal. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to take a very quick bio break, but we are going to go into the other 3 remaining members and what their 2-week downtime activity will be. And then we will pick back up as soon as those roles and narratives are done into Ree's second bout, which will be an actual initiative order combat situation, followed by a third, which is similar to what we just did here. So, Kat and Doc, just give some thought to that so we can come back to it. And if you need more time, we can start with Lucy.
Now I talked to you briefly about mine. Can't believe
Does
you lost
assassinating,
that.
does assassinating Gray count as crime? I'm just curious. He's wanted somewhere, so it's kind of like.
Yep. But I'm loved here,
Hold
so
on,
technically.
Are
No,
you,
so
though?
I was
I am.
thinking
Yeah,
about
people
that.
love talking to me here.
We can profit
Go get
more
your drink, Lucy.
if we just knock him out and just drag his body back because we're no longer wanted. So we can just bring his body back and we can get the dead or alive like profit off of that shit. And then if he accidentally
mean, Here's the thing: if we go back to Middleton, Aurora might have competition because Xavier's there. He was the first.
oh, you don't have fur anymore.
That's true. She's very worried about that. Honestly.
Also, Aurora is charismatic now.
Oh, that's true, and also part dragon.
Yeah. Oh no. Doc might have competition.
You to yourself.
I don't know. Maybe he wants the dragon halfway.
I hate this. I hate it. And then the only person who's gotten into Xavier's pants is actually Ree. So weird.
Yeah, it's technically true. Yeah.
I hate everything I just said.
Sweet
And
ass pants.
You know one of them is going to clip it too, and it's going to be saved for
It's
forever.
gonna be clipped. Yes, it'll happen. Wait, what? So Ree has floofy pants, which were given to her by Xavier. Xavier was Doc's first crush. Yeah, floofy pants. Yep. While we were in jail. That's the worst part. Ree got into his pants while we were in jail. This is terrible. What a
Conjugal
terrible
visit.
Conjugal. Kevin, you made it worse. I didn't think it could be worse, but you made it worse. Well done.
It's a pants delivery.
Ugh.
No, trust me. If I was playing anyone but Gray, Ree would definitely be able to get into their pants.
Oh, Ree. So much content. Sarah's like, how fast can I clip? Ooh, nice, Rose.
The weird ass emotions that this group has, like the roller coasters, the weirdness, the Lucy, you know I love you, but also fuck you.
Hey, but also
That's
fuck
fair.
you, Seru, clip that. Yeah, so it's funny because Kat was here yesterday when we were talking about it, and I was like, we were talking about how it's supposed to be a one shot, and I was like, I never considered Doc's like sexuality. I thought we were gonna play a one shot. I thought it was gonna be a one shot, and then we strong armed poor Xavier into 1 year later.
Aurora was never gonna like a person enough for that to matter. She was just trying to
Right.
get a fucking name.
Yeah,
That's
but then
it.
but then Doc murdered her, and she was like, "Oh, that's kind of hot."
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, to quote Seru earlier in chat, sisters who slay together stay together.
Thanks, I hate it.
You know what? You know what it really is. First, you murdered your way into Aurora's heart, and then your corpse was found under a dire fern, and she knew
Oh.
that it was meant to be.
Right, the dire ferns. Right.
Don't go stabbing my heart.
Don't go stabbing my heart.
And
Doc
they're
Ree
like,
or Doc Aurora?
Why not both?
because then we're gonna have to find out if I can kill Ree better than Doc could.
I like how Kevin. We got a little nod out of Kevin G. He was like, "Yeah, why not both?" I have to
That's
share
being
this,
all
Cat.
weird.
So earlier, Kat said, so Doc, this is what made Xavier laugh. Doc bought the Wyvern Jerky and the mead, and Kat said, does Aurora have competition? And I said, unless she wants to be Doc's sister, no. She's good.
I don't like anything that's happened here in the last 5 minutes. I was really just trying to go pee and get some Gatorade, but that's where we're at.
On a side note, no, Rose, Gray deserves to end up all alone. He's an asshole.
He is an asshole.
He is, yeah. He's kind of a prick.
Absolutely
Every time we think he's not an asshole, he's like, oh, hold on. 1 second. Hold on.
We bonded
Like it-
over like 8 sessions. Dude,
Yeah, no,
we insulted dwarves together.
yeah, and like I told you last session, you can't go liking Gray. It's not how that works.
Oh, don't worry, that ship is very much gone.
You done, bitch. All right.
It only took what session is this?
58. God help me. All right, so we will be doing retroactive flashbacks to this moment right here. But with that being said, Doc, Aurora, and Lucy, for your 2-week downtime activities, this is the first we've done in this campaign, which is awesome. Actually, it's funny, we only ever did one in campaign 2, and then everyone's like, no, we got too much shit to do. So
You may want to go to others first, because mine might be weird.
No, really. What?
So this is going to take this is going to be happening. What we are about to do is taking place over the next 2 weeks, which means that on Jutet the 11th, we will be done and picking back up into normal quote-unquote session shit. So, so everybody has seen the downtime activities and what you have available. So, Doc, you said you have something that's weird. Is that something like I shouldn't even waste my time with right now, or
Well, I don't know.
what is your downtime activity? Let me ask you
I'm
that.
going to drink, and I'm going to try to find work. Drink from my very specific outlet.
Oh, I thought you meant drink alcohol.
And if the
Right.
last, well,
It's kind of alcohol. It's,
but if the last job is still available, that will be a consideration as well.
oh fuck. God damn it. I
Sorry.
did. No, it's fine. I didn't even consider that, to be
That's why I
honest
said
with
it
you.
would be weird. You might wanna go
No,
first.
it's not weird. That's I mean, look, if you're a fucking assassin, that's technically crime, so we're gonna roll with that. Okay. All right.
Oh, work in a crime. Okay.
Well, why don't we start with crime? So oh, this sweet downtime guide. Under crime, they just assume you're committing robbery. Oh, my sweet little babies.
Is Gray lighting up? That's all I'm curious.
He is, and Gray is not lighting up.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, I can take
Yeah.
out a contract on him if that's what it takes.
all right, let's settle down.
There's a copper.
After all my efforts, still no contract on me. Come on.
Okay, so we're gonna start from left to right. So we're gonna start with Doc. So Doc, I'm going to give you a couple of options here. Okay. So as the bouts move through the throes of bouts, the normal bouts, you occasionally sip from the goblet and just watch the general populace. During a crime downtime activity, you, meaning you, the individual, gets to actually choose your own DC of things that you will need to roll to succeed at to commit the crime. I will say that in this town there is no DC. So the DCs are either 10, 15, 20, and 25. In this city, there is no DC 25 targets for your assassination. There are also no DC 20 targets for your assassination. This is when you drink from the goblet over the course of the next 2 weeks, you find one DC 10, which is somebody who you've not encountered before, and you find one DC 15, which is the woman that you have already made contact with who had connections to Beaufort. The DC 10 is an assassination, and this, you don't know who put the hit out, but you know that if you succeed, the reward will be 50 gold pieces and 3 potions of healing, standard, and you also glean as you drink from the goblet and watch this person that the reason for this, or the crime committed by them, was suspected murder of her aunt.
And is the bounty of the 15 the same?
What?
The bounty of the 15, the Beaufort contact, is that the same? 180 gold and
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's exactly what it was when it was your thing. So it's either an easier DC and less value and commitment, or the little bit higher DC and everything that you were offered.
easier DC.
And they are both dwarves, by the way. Okay, so DC 10?
Yep.
Okay, so here's what I need for you. From you. For you. From you.
You roll, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's downtime activities. You have to roll.
Yeah.
There's lots of rolls. Okay. So, so we'll say the first week goes by. It is now Jutet. You drink from the goblet again. You're kind of chilling in the tavern. And sure as shit, you see your DC 15 target pop up. And you're like, okay, I already know. I've talked to her. I've dealt with her. I plan on making something happen between myself and Beaufort and her. And as you begin to look around the room, you see this little black-haired, brown-eyed, dwarven woman, probably somewhere between like 15 and 30. It's tough to tell because dwarves do age slower than humans. You focus on her as the red begins to glow around her visage. And as you begin to focus inward, you learn that, yeah, she has a bounty on her head because somebody suspects that she killed her aunt. Now, she has not been convicted of this crime. It is that a hit was put out because somebody believes they have enough information to make that a thing. Which you, as an assassin, officially part of the Assassin's Guild, knows that somebody would have to undergo truth serum or zone of truth spells to at least glean that this person does truly believe that what they're saying is the truth. It doesn't mean that it is, because they have not... Correct. They have not been proven guilty, but the person who puts the bounty out 100% believes that it is justifiable. Okay? So, I need you to make 3 checks for me.
Okay.
First of all, I need you to make a stealth check.
Am I allowed to guidance myself on this?
I will let you know when you can. For the stealth check, absolutely yes.
Okay.
Okay. You already know your DC. The DC is 10 here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, on night 12, you watch her leave the bar. You've been watching her for a few days now. More than a few days, for probably close to 5 days.
Can I ask one more question? I apologize.
Yep.
There was a guy that had, that he clearly recognized me as also an assassin the night that Gray was doing his thing. Do I see him around as well?
In this instance right now,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Sorry, you know that shit's gonna come from me.
Because I know what you're referencing, and I remember that.
Right.
Nope, you don't see him.
Okay.
So you watch her leave the bar or leave the tavern, and you know that she's leaving the tavern because it's about that time. As soon as the moon hits straight into the center of the sky at your true north, which is about 11:30, 11:45 p.m., she leaves. You walk out of the tavern, you excuse yourself, walk out of the tavern, you slip into the shadows, and you feel yourself moving like the wind, and behind her about 75 feet or so. Now, you see her enter her home, small hovel, north side of town, so near where the iron workers and the miners live. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check. This is because of your thieves tools. So if you have any proficiency for thieves tools, or if you can just click on thieves tools and have it roll for you, you can do so. You can also guidance because you are picking the lock to her door.
I don't know how to roll for these tools, but I get advantage, so I'll just roll this.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Wow, you have advantage on thieves tools? Wow.
I do because I have proficiency. Okay, and then I'm sorry, you said also the D4.
So, I'm sorry, you said proficiency with thieves tools automatically gives you advantage?
So, no, well, let me make sure I'm not giving
I was going to say, that's you just said that I have advantage because I have proficiency. I don't think that's right. I think proficiency allows you to add your proficiency modifier. Which it...
Oh, no, it's doubled for any ability check. I think that's what it is.
Okay, so you just made a dexterity check.
Yeah, so it would have been a 6.
A 6. Okay,
Yeah, plus
so...
roll a D4.
Okay. Go and roll your d4.
Ooh, it's a 10.
Wow! So, this is why we do the narrative and the theater of the mind stuff, right? So, you pop your picks in. As soon as you pop your pick in and you're like, I don't know who the fuck this bitch is, but I know I need to kill her. Because if I don't, these assassins are going to come for me. Like, I'm doing too much stupid shit on the outside. You get your picks in the door. As you begin to twist the picks, the door handle jiggles, and you fucking freak out. You let go of your right hand, and the right pick drops onto the ground, and ting 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 ting. You wait a moment. Everything falls silent. You reach down gingerly and pick the pick back up. Your left hand is still on the tumbler that's holding it down. You reach back in. You jiggle the tumblers a couple more times. You get up into the mechanism. And suddenly, click. You feel the door unlock. You pull the picks back out. You try the handle. And sure shit, it's unlocked. So now what I need you to do. So that was our stealth and our thieves tools check.
Yeah, 2 rolls, Kevin. Okay, next.
What?
Kevin G. That's 2 rolls.
No, there was 3.
That's 3.
Yeah, there's 3. There's all of these always have 3. Actually, that's not true. Not always 3, but it's between 2 and 3 for all of them. Okay, so the final one, I need you to make an attack roll. Okay, with whatever weapon you are going to be assassinating with, and I need you to then roll damage with your assassinate and sneak attack considered. However, you need to do that. Also make the attack roll with advantage because this person is not only prone but unconscious.
Okay. I will.
And it's gray, I believe.
Alright, I'm gonna use my my short sword. You said at advantage, correct? Okay.
Yep, because they are prone and unconscious.
Does the 24 hit?
24 hits. Go ahead and give me some damage. So you're going to give me sneak attack, assassinate, plus regular damage. Whatever that means. Can you just click on your assassinate and have it, like, do it?
Let's see. Short gray.
Oh no, it just says you had advantage. Okay.
Oh, that's right. If they hadn't taken their first time, right? Or their first turn. Okay, yeah. Easy.
18, I think.
Easy.
Or 16.
Super easy. But it's doubled because it's a critical because you have
Right, so it's
assassinate. So
32.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no problem whatsoever. They had 22 hit points. So as you creep up the stairs, so you wait. You sit in the corner and wait for them to go up the stairs. You hear a couple of creaks and then an audible couple of blankets get thrown over, like the sound of down blankets as they're being swished over. You hear and then the light upstairs goes out. You creep up the stairs after about 30 minutes, allowing them to kind of drift into a sleep. You get into the room and realize, oh yeah, they're asleep. You see the rise and the fall of the chest, and they're facing up, sleeping on their back. You climb up and into the bed, draw your short sword, reach it up, and as you plunge down, you hit straight into the center of the sternum, splitting it, cracking it like a fucking wishbone, and you turn the short sword to the right, carving the heart in half. The blood spatters out, the eyes pop open, but for about a half a second before they immediately roll back into their head, and they perish from sight. As you pull your short sword out, you clean the scene up as best as you can. You leave. You walk around the corner kind of realizing, holy fuck, I just killed this person for whatever it was worth. And suddenly, there's a small sack that you see sitting in front of you, but about 50 feet away next to a large barrel near an opposing house. You walk over, you grab the sack, you open it up, and sure as shit, it's your 50 gold and your 3 healing potions. And you have just committed your first low-tier assassination.
Woohoo! I did it, guys.
Congratulations, you're an asshole.
I hate it. Doc loves it. The game is like
What the fuck, man?
Guys,
Welcome
I
to the
play-
dark side.
The worst I play is chaotic good, guys. The worst I play is chaotic good. This is terrible.
Hey, it went so much better than when you tried to murder your best friend.
Let's not talk about
Got that going for you.
That's fair.
Also, Sumori has like 3 times her HP.
That's true, actually.
Oh, shit.
If Rhea wasn't so good at living, Doc would have been much better at assassinating her.
Also true. All right. So, I said we're going to move left to right, but we're going to skip over Kevin G for the moment, and we are going to move to Kat. Kat, what is your downtime activity going to be officially?
Okay. So for proper halfling brooding purposes, she's just disappearing during the day. But she's going to go and do a hunt of a very different sort and find out I'm doing it as research. I'm finding out everything I can about the Anvil Rocks.
Oh, that's a good.
Fuck. There's so much to learn about the Anvil Rocks. I thank Bofer for that. I love Boo Boo with all my heart. Man, he opened up so many gateways to just like weird shit that we can interject. Okay, so
Obviously, I'm going to try and find as recent as possible, and then start working my way back, because I know dwarves and their ancient ass history, and I don't want to be starting from 6,000 years back if I can avoid it.
Absolutely. So you begin at the place that makes the most sense, which is the Library of the Ore Master, where you have a very close contact who actually helped you learn about, well, you. And you are welcomed back with open arms. As she told you flat out, you can come back anytime you want to. I'll do what I can for you. I don't know how much it will help. And you know what? That's not the issue here, right? It's not about you. It's about somebody else. And when you arrive, she begins to help you dig through the archives. And then through the archives, we will work our way through this little endeavor. So, first and foremost, it is going to require 100 pieces of gold to be removed from your inventory or from somebody's inventory, as this is
I have 93.
Okay,
I'm
so
fine now. So.
when cat or excuse me, wow, I just called my wife you. When my wife gets back when my real wife gets back, not wifey wife gets back, when my wife gets back, you can discuss that. But yeah, there needs to be 100 gold pieces. Also, for the record, it is made crystal clear that the more money you invest in your research, the better chance you have of finding information. So here's what I will open a roleplay opportunity for you. For every 100 gold pieces, you will gain a +1 bonus on the rolls that need to be made to uncover your research. The first 100 gold you have to pay, period, to do the research. After that, up to 600 gold pieces, which would be a +6, you can add that many in 100 gold piece increments to obtain information. So, roleplay, go.
So I picture Aurora at one point while Doc's like scoping out things. Aurora just, kind of sidles up and plops down on the seat next to her, trying very hard to make it casual and failing miserably.
You're very cold.
Yes, I think fevers right now would be probably deadly.
Or like 82 degrees.
That would probably be deadly.
Doc, with your knowledge of medicine, that's actually a really accurate statement. That would probably kill her.
Yeah. She kind of eyeballs you and sees if you're wearing a cloak or anything.
Yeah, she's pretty much always got her hood up for the most part, unless she's, tearing up her hands shooting things.
She'll uncover her shoulder. What's up? I don't want you to get too warm.
Damn it, cat.
Got her.
Oh.
She's, just so you know, she's like staring at somebody, but she's talking to you.
I know that look. You're on a hunt.
Maybe.
I'm not questioning it. So am I.
You're muted, Cat. I can't hear you. She tried to put earbuds in, I think.
Okay, testing.
There we go. Yeah, we got you.
So normally my things last exactly for one session, but I was listening to a book beforehand, so. Okay. So she said, I know that look. You're on a hunt. It's okay. I am too. I need your help a little.
How?
I need well, hunting without blood is a lot more expensive than I'm used to.
You need money.
Yeah, I need money.
You have money. What do you need?
I lost a decent amount of money when in the fights.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. So, I have a feeling this is the kind of thing where the more coins I throw at the dwarves non-aggressively, the better things go. I don't know. I'm trying really hard not to kill anyone right now.
She just nods in understanding. What do you need?
Well, I need a handful of gold for the end, just to even be able to get in. And then, I don't know, I've got bribes and expensive books and access to archives. It's, ugh.
That sounds more like a, I don't know, human-sized handful than a gnomish-sized handful. Do you have a number?
I've got, since he's gonna touch the purse briefly, I need probably 10ish just to be able to get in, but then then you're buying dinner.
No, you can still buy dinner after 10 gold. She grins, like a shit-eating grin at you, and takes out the 10. She takes out 15 gold. She goes to like put it in your hand and waits for you to give an open palm.
There is an awkward delay for a second as she's watching you and not the actual situation, and then she remembers herself and puts out her hand.
Non-aggressively. And drops it in your hand.
I haven't.
Non-aggressively.
Yeah, I'll be good.
I don't want to spend another 50 bailing your ass out.
Well, your hunt better be just as successful as mine's going to be, because I won't be able to bail your ass out if you get caught.
If I'm successful, do exactly that. She just gives a wink and then goes back to looking at her prey.
Can I come back if I need more? Like,
It dawns on Doc at that point that nobody realizes just how much gold they have. Nobody whose gold she is currently carrying knows just how much they have. And she kind of grins at herself. You'll be fine to buy dinner.
Aurora made a point of not knowing how much that she had. It was a conscious choice, thank you. So yeah, she's gonna try with the base amount, and then if it goes horrifically, she's gonna go back and beg for more money, is my plan here.
You did get 15 though.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. So how much gold did you just take?
I handed over 15 gold.
15 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
Which means that I have barely enough to make the 100 gold piece payment for one.
For +1.
Yep. And well, yeah, for just that bare minimum. And then if I have a feeling that this is going to go horrifically badly, then I'll go back and beg for more.
Okay, understood.
Also, if I have to go back and beg for more, I'm going to hope it's after Monday.
All right. So the way this works is it's all or nothing. Okay. So, with that being said, you have your 100 gold pieces. Go ahead, and as you begin to delve into the research and you begin to reach out to sages who come and go within the confines of the library, right? You begin to grease palms, you begin to, utilize resources that do cost money because, knowledge is power and power is money. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check +1.
Yep, and I don't suppose that I get any special dwarves or my prey.
Nope. Nope. That's not how it works with downtime.
Yeah.
It's the same fuck you across the board.
This is experiencing the unknown.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go so badly.
Wow. You know what is funny? The 1 to 5 was actually the really bad one. 6 to 10. So you earn 1 piece of useful information during your entire 2 weeks. Now, here's what I can do for you. I can either give you 1 piece of actual information about the bloodline of Beaufort's people, of the Anvil Rocks, or you can hold on to that, and when it is deemed necessary, you can call upon it to recall a piece of information of my choosing at that moment.
Oh fuck yeah, we're going with that one.
Okay, so you have essentially so you have the equivalent of a minor information boon, or a minor intelligence boon, for Anvil Rocks specifically. And it may not relate to what you are discussing or trying to surmise at the point, but you will have that at your beck and call.
Okay. Am I just doing the one check for the couple of weeks then?
Yep, that was it because it had a gold piece cost. So
Okay. I know it's not a downtime action thing, but since my Monday date does fall under those 2 weeks, after I get the gold before dinner one night, I want to make that delivery to Doc.
yep, you guys can go ahead and start role playing that right now. You pick it up. It is no problem whatsoever. Everything is there exactly as it was as it was told, or as it was purchased technically.
Okay, so then in that case, so after she's gotten the gold from you, like probably the next night or whatever, it's after Monday. She comes by around dinner time to wherever and says, "Well, come on, let's go."
Where?
I got dinner.
Are we in the tavern when this is happening?
Yep, yep,
Okay, so
yep.
Doc kind of like looks up.
Let's go.
She'll stand up and look around. Is Ree or Ray around?
Yep, everybody's there eating dinner.
Okay. I'll be right back, Ree.
No. Well, if we're not back by morning, then we're probably dead, and you should probably send a search party. Bye.
One or both
I-
of us. Bye.
If you turn and look at Gray, he's got the most shit-eating grin on his face.
Y'all acting real weird. Be
Yeah.
gentle on each other, I guess.
You both know they're if they don't kiss tonight, it's now or never.
Yeah. We both know what would be happening if you don't come home tonight.
I haven't killed you yet.
Working on it.
She kind of smiles and gives a wink to Gray as she walks out the door.
Happy smile and wave. Playing with the Madagascar.
Okay, I don't. That was the dinner place, so.
Come on. And she's going to get him to a quietish, probably the gardens near the temple, where there's less people because they're all getting food at the moment and aren't in the gardens.
Rooting corner.
Shut up, Gray.
The fooding corner tonight. I was a bard before.
So, Aurora, like, at first is like, she has a plan and is very like, come on, let's go. And then she looks a little bit nervous. But she's sticking to the plan, so it goes to the area of the flowers that we're not going to pick so we don't get thrown in jail.
It's a pretty fair point.
Because we learn things. And then when they're there, she's going to go inside her bag of holding and pull out a bundle, fairly large bundle, and that is very, very carefully wrapped. And she's going to kind of set it on the bench between them and just like pull her hands back and look really fucking awkward.
Oh. So you brought dinner.
I said I got dinner.
Doc just kind of smiles and sisters cross applesauce.
Glitter in your eye.
Glitter in your eye. You did say that. And she's kind of eyeballing Aurora because it's very obvious that she's not exactly sure where this is going or what the intention is, and she's gonna let Aurora lead.
Oh no, Aurora was hoping that Doc would take over at some point.
Let's see how long the awkwardness ensues. We'll see.
Both of you roll a d10.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
So, Doc, you're sitting there, full resolve, and you're like, "No, I'm not gonna break." And Aurora, you're like, "Fuck, I gotta say something." About 2 minutes goes by, and you have to speak.
Well, come on, open it.
gonna open it very slowly, kind of like eyeballing Aurora. It's gonna explode.
I would not do that next to your church. Would have gone to the other one.
Fair enough. She'll open it.
All right, what does she see?
So there are. You probably smell it before you see it.
Oh, absolutely 100 fucking percent with that little gnomish nose.
And then you open it all the way, and there is a fucking mound of carefully created gnomish macaroons. Like dozens and dozens and dozens of them.
Of every variety, color, hue, I mean, the entire rainbow and scent palette is of all of existence known to man, gnome, halfling, half-orc, doesn't fucking matter, is on this tray.
So Doc starts looking at him. She gets a big smile on her face, and then she looks shocked. She goes, "I'm sorry. Is this macadamia nuts? Are you kidding me right now?"
She gets a like slightly panicked look. Well, if you don't like macadamia nut, I think there's other.
No, I love them. They're rare though. They're really hard to make. Where did you get these?
Oh, yeah, I ordered them for you.
Doc, for a split second, almost looks sad. But it's like a sad face into a smile at the same time. And she just shakes her head at you and hands you the macadamia nut ones.
You can tell that physically hurts Doc.
Sacrifice.
She's gonna take it, but she's like watching Doc. Like it's the hunter eyes, but not at all for a hunting version. It's like, God, please tell me that I didn't just fuck this up. I'm not even a religious one, but like, please, girl.
What did I do to deserve this?
Well, what didn't you do?
I didn't not kill you.
The world is a lot better because you did.
She thinks for a second. She's staring at the macarons when you say that. And she says, "You're making the most of your second chance, huh?"
For once, I want to.
She takes
Also,
a...
for inventory purposes, there's 80 of them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a fucking lot of them. This bitch was not playing games. When she said platter, it was like, you know, think about like presidential suite platter.
She says, Doc, kind of takes in the full platter of them and it's funny because when I whispered that to you, I was kind of angry at you. But that wasn't you. That wasn't the real you. I think you figured out the real you now. And it's to everybody's benefit. Also, super glad that your arrow didn't hit me in the neck. I'm glad it was gray.
So am I.
She takes another bite out of a macaroon and she says, "Thank you. I grew up with a bunch of really, really nice gnomes. really nice gnomes. Hopefully you'll get to meet them someday, but nobody's ever done anything this nice for me.
Sure, her eyes go a little bit wide. And she's been nibbling on this macadamia nut macaroon, and like there is a little bit of it's a hiccough as she tries not to choke on this macaroon because you caught her completely off guard.
Doc will catch it and she'll be like, "No, I meant that I hope I can show you my home." She like shoves the rest of the gnomish macaroon in her mouth so she can't talk anymore.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's delicious.
Well, I mean, you already met mine. That's the first and the last visit, by the way. We're not going back there.
Doc has that look on her face like, oh, awkward. I think, to be fair, we also met Gopher's mom at the same time. So.
Yeah, that was... Yeah?
Terrible?
Yes and no. It was hard, but we wouldn't be sitting in this, who looks around, dwarven city without it.
That is painfully more accurate than you realize.
Yes, it is.
Thank you again for finding a really bright light in an overall pretty dim situation.
She's gonna set down the remaining half of her macaroon and look at Doc and go very, very serious for a moment. Say,
Lucy, stop it.
Was this not serious?
we are in the heart of dwarven everything right now. Not the big matter. I am happier right now than I think that I have ever been.
What little bit of Doc space you can see in the dark, I'm assuming it's dark, right?
It is, yes.
So, she blushes, and, she says, yeah, you know, I feel pretty similarly, and I hope you never feel it. But the way I died, when I actually died, makes me appreciate this 1,000 times more than I would have before that.
She sobers a little bit, thinks about it, nods, says, well, you know what? We died to get our second chance. Let's give it a second chance and not a third, because I happen to like how this one's going.
Only get one second chance.
Now, don't get me wrong, I will be very happy to get the fuck out of here as soon as we can, but still.
She just smiles and takes another bite of the macaroon and looks down and goes, I'm pretty sure you just fed us for like a month and a half.
More if we kill off Greg. I did the math.
Of course you did.
All right. So on that
Oh,
note,
come on.
we're gonna go ahead and leave it off here. Oh wait, no, Lucy, it's your turn. We got 9 minutes. I'm gonna milk this 9 fucking minutes.
I
So
was worried I was going to lose my inspiration.
no, you will not lose your inspiration. I got you. Okay, so while this is all unfolding over the course of this 2 weeks. Now, mind you, since this is a 4-part session and one part is really held in by a very specific point, which is the combat between Butt Chin and Ree, next week will probably be a lot of combat. But Gray, I am already aware of what you want to do. Would you like to explain to the group exactly what it is that you were attempting to do so we can start making some rolls?
Sure thing, happily. Gray,
Happily, yes. Thank you.
during his free time, is gonna go look for individuals he can recruit into basically something of a shadowy intelligence. People who lie, cheat, gather intel, bribe, and so forth for his own means.
Oh, goddamn. Okay. With that being said, as Doc and Aurora are just so involved in each other over Gnomish macaroons and, Twitter pating, and if anybody here is a Bambi fan, you know what I'm talking about, and butterflies and whatnot, and Ree is just going fucking head to neck and reeling from the loss and potential wins of her combat. Gray is slinking around on the outsides, and people are like, "Man, why is he fast asleep during the day when he could be active during the day?" But it's because he wants to be active at night. So,
Also, I'd like
Yes.
to say it for you, Xavier. I am willing to spend spell slots with alter. Hold on, let me get the exact spell. With disguise self and major image and stuff like that. Major greater invisibility.
so let me ask you this.
Try and knock it.
Let me ask you this, Lucy. If you're going to use disguise self and major image, do you not want to be known as you, or do you want to be known as you? And I only lay that out there because you are very well known in this town as Gray. I mean, people are fucking doting over you, and that may give you benefit. If you would like to completely mask yourself, your major image will pretty much hide you from anybody, and go, another direction. It's kind of your choice here.
So what I was thinking was, I guess, I forgot that I'm popular in this town. It's weird for Gray.
It's extreme. It's extreme.
What I originally thought was as I was recruiting, I'm gonna hide my face in case something goes wrong. And then I guess when I, successfully recruit them, I'd be like, haha, it was me all along. You work for me.
Okay. All right. Understood.
It was me, Dio. Had to throw in a JoJo meme.
All right. Give me just one moment. I need to look one thing up. Okay. So let's start with this. So first of all, you are in a place where only low-tier spies can be obtained. Okay? You have 12 days to procure these individuals. So we're going to start by rolling 2d6 to identify your first quote-unquote target. So... Wow, I shit you not, I rolled a fucking 6, which is awesome, because that is perfectly average. So 6 days go by. You've been scoping out the tavern, you've been scoping out the locals, you make contact with somebody that you feel is worthy of investment, because boy do they talk a lot when they've got a couple brews in them. So go ahead and make either a persuasion check or an intimidation check, your choice. As you finally corner them after everybody else has went to bed, they're 3 sheets to the wind, and you are beginning to work your spy network expertise on them.
I choose persuasion, and I will be using my advantage.
Oh, good choice. Good choice. All right. Oh, fuck. Don't even. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so the DC is met very well. And so over the course of 3 or 4 hours in the first week, you meet this guy named Torig Concork. T-O-R... I'll wait for you. T-O-R-R-I-G-G. Double G. His last name is C-O-N-K-O-R-K. Torig Concork. He's a dwarf. He's about 4 foot 2 inches tall, blood red beard tied off with copper bands, brown leather tunic and hempen trousers, and he has very tall black boots that reach up to about his knee. You know you can trust this guy. He's a fucking dote. He is a low-tier informant, meaning that he can only give you information on a local level, meaning only in Underhill. But he's an idiot. He likes cheap coin, quick coin, and cheap coin because he knows he can run to the tavern, and over the course of the next 3 or 4 months, he'll be, good to go with whatever you can provide him with. So, you gain that informant. You now have that informant for Underhill. Now, because we have another 6 days, would you like to continue to try to find an additional informant?
Yeah. I don't know if I can ask this or not, I guess, but can I try and find someone, I guess, to be kind of like completely loyal, or someone I can somewhat trust, I guess, if I want to ask them to advance things here, or, expand?
So you will have to be the one to expand. As far as the spy network is concerned, you cannot build on top of... You know what? That's a good point. No, I'm going to say, for the sake of downtime activities, you cannot have somebody, at least in a couple of weeks, be the one to expand for you. You can build right now and then move to other places and gain those informational pieces. And then if you want to invest in them further later on down the line, absolutely. But you're in Underhill. Underhill is technically only a town, so it isn't... I mean, there's not that many resources here available for people who know things, are intelligent enough, and witty enough to gain information and then grab other informants for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
But yeah, then I'd like to get one more still.
All right, so let me roll my 2d6 here. And that's 4. So you have another informant opportunity. So give me a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice. I swear to God, if you do another one and roll a fucking 2, I'm going to cry. Okay, persuasion. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. God damn you. All right. I know. It was a fucking nat 20, baby. Okay, so over the next 4 days, you watch and wait. And you find this little gnomish man named Rojin Toggledackle. It's R-O-J-I-N. Last name is Toggledackle. Daggle. He's about 3'2" tall, pale and thin with really wispy black hair. He's balding in the center, kind of like a male pattern baldness, and it's slicked to one side. He looks sickly as shit. He's got white knee-high length tunic and a black sash that ties it off in the front. You catch this guy out of the corner of your eye and you're like, you know what? He's been in here 4 or 5 times this week. You kind of watch his pattern, you trace his pattern, and sure as shit, he comes in at the same exact time every single day. He does his thing, and you start buying him drinks, explaining who you are, what you're about. And over another 4 days, he's like, man, you're great. Yeah, hell yeah. If you want information, what can I glean for you? I talk to the guilds regularly. I talk to the artisans regularly. I talk to the guild masters and the miners regularly. Come to me if you need information. You're such a good guy, Gray. I'll give you anything you want. And he leaves at that. So, you have 2 low-tier informants. You have 2 days. Would you like to... Now, we're going to end here for tonight, but would you like to throw the remaining 2d6 to see if you roll a 2 to gain an additional low-tier informant in Underhill? Or would you like to go about your business? Oh, there we go.
I'll take the gun. Let's go.
And that's a 3. So unfortunately, by a day, so you start watching somebody. I mean, you legitimately start watching somebody. And as your other informants close in and start to whisper little secrets into your ears, you begin to kind of gain information about this potential informant. But as soon as you're ready to strike and grab them by kind of greasing their palms and convincing them that this is the way to go, as far as informing you of the happenings of Underhill, they pick up and unfortunately they leave town in a covered wagon with 6 other people and 3 horses. And they just, that's it. They're gone.
All right. I'll take the 2.
Okay, now, Lucy, just a really quick thing, just so you and I are on the same page. As far as the informants, you have not, at this point, taken any information from them. However, on a local level, for the cost of 10 gold piece per informant, you can obtain 1 piece of information about Underhill, specifically because they're a low-tier informant, so it's local level only. And that can happen once every 30 days. So it's at your beck and call while you guys are here. Once you pay that gold piece cost, they go into a timer of 30 days.
All right. Thank you. I don't have anything right now. But...
Nope, that's fine. Yeah, hold on to it. That's the good thing about having a spy network. You don't need them till you need them, right? All right. Okay, guys, so I think since we're here, it's like 10:05 our time. We'll go ahead and call it. When we pick up next week, though, because we have already completed Doc, we've already completed Aurora, Gray is done. Next week is literally going to pick up with starting off, like, with initiative being rolled and combat happening between her and this butt-chin piece of shit. Yeah, this butt-chinian.
Punch him right in the ass.
this butt-chinian butt-face bitch.
Before we go,
Yes.
I did math wrong. And so I don't have the gold for that. So can we do a very minor modification where instead of asking for 10, she would have asked for 15, and then
She got 15?
20? Yeah, well, I would have needed 20.
Oh, gotcha.
Because,
Oh, you mean for the bet? For the
no,
fuck.
for the getting gold for the from Doc, because with the 15 I have 99 gold in total. So
Oh, gotcha.
instead of 10, I am tired and did math wrong.
No, that's not a problem. I'm glad that you grabbed that. Yeah. So Candace, you've got the okay. So Candace has the change.
Yeah, so literally just an extra 5 from you, and that I am very broke.
Done and done. And I will get the, just so you guys know, I am truly keeping track of gold for everybody. I don't know if you can see that. So I will update that for next time as well.
Yeah, she's actually keeping track on an old school, spiral notebook.
An abacus.
The number 5, an abacus. Get the fuck out of here, an abacus. You need 4 abaci. Is it abaci? It's like kind of like octopus abaci. Is it really? Abacus.
That's better.
All right, so we're gonna pick up here, you guys, next week. Lucy, have a fantastic week of school. Kat, have a fantastic week of work. Kevin, have a fantastic week of work. I hope that you are not back in Texas when it is freezing, because that's the worst time and place to be when it is fucking freezing.
Done with that.
Fuck that shit.
Thankfully.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I, just as a note, I did finally get a lamp for my Tuesday crochet stream. So I'm gonna be able to see. Yeah, this is like, yes, we don't have to listen to her complain anymore.
Thank God.
But it should be here tomorrow.
It's only been over a year.
Yeah, literally.
It's only like 3 months.
Nah, it's felt like a fucking year, though. I'm gonna side with Lucy. It's felt like a year. Every time we see Candace on Tuesday stream, she's like, I'm crocheting in the dark. And I'm just like, how many lights can I turn on? And you're like, shut up, turn the fucking lights off. I need a lamp. And I'm like, I don't have a lamp. And you're like, I love lamp. Ah!
Why do I keep crocheting black? Yeah, so hopefully it'll be better this week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Wonderful session. Thanks so much. And we'll see you next week.
Quick side.
Oh, yes,
Quick
Lucy.
side note. I saw this in chat when I rolled a 28 on persuasion. Rose said 28. He just had to wink. I'm like, yeah.
Son of a bitch. That's pretty accurate.
Thank you all for indulging our very awkward church macaroon date.
Honestly, that was probably the most romantic fucking thing I've seen in 10
It was
years.
very wholesome.
It was very...
Do y'all realize how fucking much 80 gnomish macaroons cost in a dwarven village?
Oh,
No idea.
you can tell.
Ask for 20 gold.
I promise you it was a lot. I mean, most people would go. It's like the 2 gold tonight in the Garl Glitter Gold Temple, right? 2 gold. That woman wept, and she probably wept for like 3 days, because 2 gold is like a lot of money.
Doc's trying to figure out how to one up that date now.
Excuse me.
Yeah, good luck.
Good fucking luck.
You might be taller, but on this one, I have the height advantage.
It's over at. I was gonna say it's over, Anakin. I've got the high ground. God damn it. Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Take care, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.